You're live. We should be live. Live on the air. Live in 5. Oh, you know what? If we're going to be doing call-ins, I got to do this. Fuck. I need that cord. It's always all perfect right until the end, when I realize I'm missing one little thing. One minute little detail. All right, so let's do this. All right, cool. So we're taking calls here momentarily. We'll start taking calls in like 10 minutes. We gotta post this to the, we gotta post this bad boy to the Patreon, though. Patreon exclusive live call-in show. We got 2 in here. What is up, folks? I don't know why the aspect ratio of this on YouTube is messed up. It's the most annoying thing. I just tried to fix it for I don't even know how long. I don't even know. At least 6 or 7 minutes. You know what I mean? And this is the thanks. This is what they do. All right. We're trying to up production. You know, we're a one-man show. We're not a one-man army, though. We used to be a one-man army. Now, definitely not a one-man army anymore. Let me find that cord that we're going to need. We are going to need that cord. How does everything sound, folks? How does everything sound, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go here. Yo, what's up, Benny Boxhead? What is up? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? All right, let's see. Where's that cord? The entire call-in show depends on this single cord, which I don't know where it is. Great. How wonderful. How wonderful is this? Is it over here? Just a sec, folks. Yeah, we got to get the, I don't know how we're going to do this without that cord. We can't do it without the cord. So unless I find this cord, no callers, unfortunately. We'll have to just do something else. I don't know where it would have gone. Super annoying. Super lame. At least everything is starting to look fancy in here, right? We got the green light, bro. Super sick green light. So there's that. There's that. Well, that's good. Good thing we have that figured out. Good thing we have that figured out. Otherwise, I don't know where this cord would be. You know what? Let me check this bag. Have to be in that bag, or it could be in the backpack. Yeah. I'll find it. I'm trying to brainstorm. Where it could be. Yeah, I'm already using Streamlabs, so that's not what it has nothing to do with that. I have to take the phone call to take the audio from a phone call, turn it into the soundboard, and then put the soundboard into, it's something else. Dang, that's so fucking annoying. Found it. Oh yeah, see what happens? The Mons try to ruin the show for everyone. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, bro. Always something, dude. This shit is fucking. There we go. Intricate setup. Super intricate. Now I gotta get this thing posted. Fucking annoying, dude. I'm glad it sounds great. That's good. That's good. It sounds good. Alright. Let's see. Good thing I didn't say to start calling in at 5:45 like I was originally going to. How about this? People can call in. Cool. All right. So calls will start coming in 9 minutes. I think that's the best way to do it. Yeah, we'll make it all members. Fuck it. We'll make it everybody today. All right. Hell yeah, dude. I've been posting so much this week. I've posted so much shit to the Patreon this week. That's how the Patreon's going to start being every week. Let's go, dude. It looks fire with the new light. I'm so stoked. All right. Let me just turn on the VHS camera, turn on the AC, and we're going to fire this thing up. Numbers in the Patreon. Number is in the Patreon. Crazy static. That's a crazy static sound. That's crazy. How's that? Yeah, first of all, that's not a crazy static sound. I'm really about to just not do this, honestly. Let's see. It's probably this chord. There. That should be better. Let's see. Let's see. There, hopefully that's a little bit better. I don't know what it is. Never had static before, and no one complained about it for, 12 minutes. Nobody said anything for 12 minutes, and now all of a sudden. So, hopefully it's gone. If not, I guess we'll see. See, that noise is going to be from the phone calls. That right there, that's what the calls are going to sound like. So this might not even happen this week, honestly. The audio's not on in my MacBook. There's nothing from my MacBook that's going to be putting audio into this thing, so... Yeah, well, that's the plug that's the aux for the calls. So, I mean, there's gonna be some sort of, it's trying to connect to audio. So when people call, there's gonna be a natural static. That's just how this is gonna work. So if it's that unbearable, I'm just not gonna, you know what I mean? Like there's natural things that are going to be going on. Because if I do this and it stops, I'm not taking calls today. Is there static now? Because if there's not, then it's going to be the calls and it's going to be fucked for 2 hours. I'm not doing that. Like I'm really not trying to like do this like audio game where I'm having 40 people tell me their audio is different. You know? That's just like fucking, that's like hell. That's my version of hell. That's actually my version of hell is people see it stopped. Yeah. This is going to be fucked then. So, yeah. Yep. This is just so you guys know, this is my version of hell. Just so everybody knows. So in 3 minutes, the first person who calls. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be able to take calls then. Because it's the audio from the laptop. It's white noise because there's no sound coming through. So that's what it is. Yeah, it's gonna be so fucked. It's gonna be fucked. Because it's trying to find an output for the audio. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to oh, Jesus fucking Christ. That means I'm going to have to unplug and plug in. Well, I'm actually not even going to be able to hear the call. I'm not even going to be able to hear the calls because this thing has to be plugged in for that. Let me see. Yeah, this has to be plugged in to do that. So maybe we'll just fucking do it later. I don't know. Because that shit's not going to work. We'll see how the first one does. Well, I'm not going to be able to hear it. So wait, so if I do this, tell me if it comes back. Tell me if the static comes back. Is the static back? Nah, blowing on it won't help. It's just the way that. Yeah, it's back. Yeah, it's gonna be fucked. This is gonna be super. This isn't gonna work. Yeah, let's see. We'll see how the call goes, I guess. Yeah, that's bad. That's super bad. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do it. No calls. We can't do calls this week. Fuck. Well, yeah, fuck it. Fuck it, we can't do it. It's going to be... I don't know why it's doing it this week. Yeah. That's super fucking gay as fuck. Jesus fucking Christ. Let's do this. We're just gonna do live. We'll just call it a live, I guess. Yeah, see? Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. It's not the cord because I used the cord fine. I used the cord completely fine last week. Maybe it's like, well, no, it's not going to be that. It's not going to be that. Huh. I genuinely don't know. I don't know what it would be. That's so fucking annoying. Damn it. That's super shitty. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. Uncle Sam is mad. Yeah, something. Something fucking annoying. Something. I literally knew it too. I had a feeling to not do the call-in show this week. Something told me to not do it. And this is what happens. No, it's not. No, it's not from my laptop moving. I know what it's from. It's from the cord because look, do you want to hear it? Do you want to hear the difference? Every time I plug it in, it's not from my laptop moving. It's from the cord because every time I plug the cord in, it goes crazy. That's why I kept asking, do you hear it now? And you guys would all say, yeah. Watch, listen. Do you want to hear it? It's not from my laptop moving. My laptop moved when I got the cord. I had to move my laptop so the cord could be plugged in. So, see? That's what it does. So that's what every call will sound like. If it's really not that unbearable, dude. Oh my God. I'm not doing that. You guys said that to fix the static. So that's what every call will sound like. Cuz on my end it sounds bad. From the static. So, I don't know. If it was not unbearable, I don't think people would have mentioned anything. Right? Audio issues in particular, yeah, I don't know. So now it's not that bad. Okay. That's crazy. No, I'm not. I'm not. So now it's not bad. Now it's not bad. Oh my god, bro. That's fucking crazy. We can try it. We can try it, but I'm probably gonna fucking yell at somebody. I'm probably gonna yell at one of you. We'll try it. Fine, we'll try it. If one person complains about the static, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna rage quit. There's no way one of you guys is going to. Ah, man. Let's just do this. We're just gonna do this. You've been binging the Izzy's Worlds. I know. I keep seeing you like them. I keep seeing you like them on the thing. All right, we'll try it, but we'll try the call-in. We'll try it out, and we'll see. Tell us a joke. This stream. You're watching one. You just watched 22 minutes of me living in this is my hell, just so you know. And I'm not being dramatic. This kind of shit makes me fucking unbelievably angry. Because it's like, this is my hell. This is it. You're watching it all happen. This is my punishment. I don't know what I did. I'll never know what I've done wrong. This is it. My personal hell. My personal hell, having audio issues, trying to fix it, and then everyone going, nah, it's not that bad though, just leave it. Then you go, you know what, fine, I can't, it's not gonna work. No calls. It's like the one thing I need for this is the cord that's causing the problem. No calls, everyone's all, it's not that bad. Hi, Lulu. Hi, oh, you look so cute, you got your hair cut. My dog just came home. She just got her hair cut. Good, Lulu. Okay. All right, go over there. Go to bed. All right, yeah, we'll do the calls. We'll try it. What's the setup for my VHS camera? VHS to AV to a USB to Streamlabs. Everyone always says to run OBS to not run Streamlabs, but I don't know. Let's see. We'll try it out. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll see. Maybe it'll sound better. If it sounds too bad, though, that's like, I'm not gonna do that. That's ridiculous. So ridiculous. I don't know how this has happened. This has gone on for... Let's see. We'll try it. We'll try one call. We'll try it and we'll see. If it's super bad, we'll have to... We won't do it. I'll start accepting them. I'll start accepting them again. Yeah, we'll see. Man, this sucks. This is annoying. This is super annoying. Maybe I'll call back this one number. It's so bad. It's literally so bad. There's no way you guys are gonna be able to handle it. Yo, this is Izzy's World. What's going on?
Hey, hey, I really like the setup with the static. It kind of gives like this garage rock talk show kind of thing.
Oh yeah, that's funny because when it's like hooked up now and it's going straight into my headphones, it makes me suicidal. So I'm glad that you like it.
Yeah, Of course, you know, it brings me back to like the Thrasher magazines when it was actually about the real skateboarding culture.
When it was
talk about back.
Yeah, when it was like actually Thrasher, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before they started just trying to profiteer off of pentagrams and you know, and whatever else it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thrasher got real crazy with their imagery for a while.
Yeah, because like it was like, oh yeah, well this is a market that we can really put satanic imagery at the max.
Yeah, yeah, they went crazy with it. Thrasher, I don't know, because Thrasher was pretty. Then Justin Bieber started wearing it, and everybody started like, yeah, that's kind of happen. That's what happens with everything. That's what they're gonna try to do with my brand. But then what I'm gonna do is. This will slowly turn into the Manson family, and as soon as one cool famous person wears a Ystar hat, we'll have to hunt them. We'll turn it into it's actually a mark, and if you wear a Ystar hat, you have to go and find them.
Oh, it's gonna be the next Salem witch trial.
Yeah, yeah. If Doja Cat tries wearing my stuff, no siree, we're gonna get her. We're gonna go and get her. That's what we'll do. I wonder if there's something I can do to like mitigate this, because this is crazy. This sounds insane.
Well, you know, man, you put the boardcore thing. This is the boardcore stream.
Yeah, this is the boardcore stream, right? Wait, chat. How does it sound, chat? You guys gotta let me know. But yeah, so you tell me something. What do you got going on this week? Did you watch the Long Theory video? What's going on with you?
Oh, me, well, chat from last week. This is Benny. So, how's everyone doing? And you know, like a bunch of interestingly hilarious stuff has happened. That's what I wanted to talk about with you.
Yeah, what do you got? Well, that's funny because, yeah, I'm reading the chat right now. One person says, sounds like shit, and then the other person says, it's not that bad. So, typical internet. Extremely divided, no concise answer, no answers, just we'll never know. But yeah, we'll do this call at least. We'll get through this one. So, yeah, what were you saying? What did you said something happened that was funny.
They said that Trump supposedly talked a peace deal between Israel and Iran, and they shot rockets at each other, and then he goes on the news publicly and states, I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that either. I don't really watch the news, and I don't really stay up to date with anything, but so that helps definitely. But no, I've been seeing that, you know, we've been helping with the whole Iran thing, and then I've also been seeing it's the start of World War III, and then I've also been seeing it was the 12 Days War, and that he's a savior and that it's over. So I've been seeing all three, and I don't even know. I'm fully convinced we're in just a post-truth reality in terms of that stuff, right? Like, there's never going to be one concise answer objectively anymore. Not that there ever really was, but at least they lied about it, you know? Now it's just like a fucking shit show. So.
Yeah, well, like, to me, like, I got a bold prediction between this year starting now and next year. I got a bold prediction, and I'm going to really make this a fun conversation.
You said you have a bold prediction?
Yeah.
What is it? I'm excited.
I believe that Palestine will be a U.S. territory by next year.
Palestine?
Yeah.
Or are you saying? Are you? Okay. Are you using politically correct language, or are you saying like?
Yes.
Okay, got you. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. That would make me fucking want to kill myself. That would I would be so upset. That would be. Yeah. So you think it'll be like a 51st state, or like it'll be like a Samoa kind of thing?
I think it'll be like a 51st state because then it gives us access to the actual Middle East as a U.S. territory.
Yeah.
And that's when all the real crazy stuff is going to start. because like Trump got a mixed face now, and I politically see him saying, "Oh yeah, I'm the best deal maker in God's green earth. I can cover this deal." And what happens when he covers it? And that's when real Armageddon breaks out.
Yeah, yeah, I could. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I could definitely see that happening. I don't know. I don't really know. I really am not interested in politics at all. I think it's just pretty silly. It's all, I don't know. They make things seem more chaotic than it is. They make things seem less chaotic than it is. It's just all over the place. Like I really don't know.
Well, like like to me, like it's a tragic kind of fun to me. So
yeah,
it's equivalent to like the Taming and the Shrew from Shakespeare. It's theater with real life consequences, low key.
Yeah, I could definitely see that for sure. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
But anyways, what did you think about the double XL thing?
I don't even know. I don't even know what that is. What happened?
Okay, so like, there's a brand new double XL. It's like saying these are the next future stars of hip hop and whatever, right?
Yeah, like a new freshman class.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know who they are or who they would be. They do that, every year, and they either get. It's funny because every time they do it, it's the same thing. It's been for 10 years. It's like every time they do it, everybody says how awful it is and how stupid their choices were, and then and then half of them become mega stars, and then the other half of them you never hear from them again. So that's kind of how the whole double XL thing usually goes. It's pretty. I don't know. I used to like really be excited about that shit when I was like 18. I thought it was like so cool. I was always like, oh, the double XL. And now it's just more, it's just more, just more, just more,
Yeah, because like to me, this actually looks like this looks like a CIA think tank thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything. I feel like. Let me see. Let me see who it is. I'm going to look. I'm going to see if I know any of them. No, it's not even. Haven't heard of. M. Triplin. Oh, 1900 Rugrat. I've heard of him. Ian. I've heard of Ian. Jello's funny. That guy's my age. I don't know why he would be. It's Laser. Yeah, okay. I get it. Yeah, some of these are pretty big dudes, but it's funny because a lot of them are. It's like. It's people who, because like a double XL freshman list, right? You would think that they would be, 20, 21, maybe like 24, maybe. That Jello dude is like 35. He's like fucking 57 years old. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like you would think it would be young artists who are on the come up, like a kid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's all crazy. But thanks for your call, dude. Sorry it's kind of shitty this week. I'll make sure to have the audio stuff fixed for next week, and we'll make the calls a little bit better.
Oh man, it was worth trying, but
yeah, it was worth a try, but we'll make sure the calls are better. Maybe I'll revisit it and do it again this weekend.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Well, thanks for calling, dude. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, and everyone in the chat, have a great weekend.
Yeah, have a good one. Yeah, it's so staticky. It's so bad. My fucking brain is racking with that. We'll have to, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. We have Cube. Cube is crying about how it's not loud enough. I don't know how, there's no way I could possibly make it any louder. It's as loud as it'll go on my soundboard. It's maxed out in Streamlabs. So, no, it's not the mic input. No, it isn't. I know what it is. The static went away now. I am aware. Dude, I swear to God. I know what it is. I know what the problem is. The problem is the input. So what it is the computer, okay? The computer audio has to come in through the computer. The calls come into the computer goes into my soundboard. The soundboard then puts the calls back into the computer. So it's like a system that goes on a roundabout. Either the cord is messed up from that or something with the white noise. But yeah. Yeah, now it sounds good because I don't have... Right, I got you. But yeah, so unfortunately, calls are just not working this week. But I'll just keep talking shit, dude. Usually this is when the funny stuff comes, when I'm pretty charged up and pretty upset and frustrated. I feel bad because Boxhead was all excited to talk. A bunch of you guys are all excited. I'll have to try. Maybe we'll try it tomorrow. Even though I have like a myriad of stuff to record. I have so much stuff to record for everybody in the Patreon now. It's like insane. I have I don't know. Let me switch cameras here. Let's see if you can see it. I have Holy Spirit Activate. That's right.
All day, nigga.
I pressed the wrong one. Holy Spirit Activate.
All day, nigga.
Hell yeah, dude. That rocks. Okay, so let's see. Well, let's see here. We'll transfer here. If you can see this list behind this camera, I have a list and it's of all of the stuff that's to come over the next couple of weeks. We brought back the Couch Philosopher. Okay, so the Couch Philosopher is back. The Couch Philosopher Ultra also back. We brought back the long theories are back. Izzy's World is back. Okay. So, yeah, man, we'll see. We're going to I'm trying to get you guys like so much content. It's nauseating. Cause I had people I had people leave the Patreon, cause like not enough content. And it's like, yeah, we got to stop being lazy. That's what happens when I start fucking taking when I started working at the fucking, the one job. When I work and I'm at the pee pee poo poo school, I can't do as much content, but now I'm going full time. So we're going for it, dude. We're trying our freaking best. We're trying our freaking best now. So you guys got how much hours of content? Long theory, the 2 hours from the pods today, 2 Izzy's Worlds, and if you're on the $10 tier, you got another 30 minutes long theory plus. So that's 6 hours. Hell yeah. 6 hours a week. That's pretty sick. That's good. And then, yeah, we got to just see, though, because it depends on how my editor's doing, because my editor... boy, it's been a funny week. It's been a funny week. And we've gone live 4 times this week, dude. Even though the first 20 minutes of this one I was frustrated. Whatever. Sometimes I get frustrated. Sometimes humans get angry. So what? So be it. So what? So freaking what? You know what I mean? My editor does good. I'll have to let him know. I'll have to let him know that you said that. That you said he did a good job. Is the candle on? Nah, candle's out. Candle ran out. I went to go get one today. I don't know. You get them at the dollar store, but sometimes the dollar store doesn't have any for whatever reason. So, I don't know. We got to see. We got to figure it out. But yeah, what did you guys... I would love to hear what you guys think of the long theory this week. Because this long theory, I thought it was pretty cool. Thought it was a pretty good one. I tried to be respectful. I tried to be as respectful as possible, given the content and given about what it was about. And I had a bunch of... I had some... It was so funny... The long theory, right? So, like, in the long theory, okay, in the long theory, I kept it so G. I kept it so PG. I kept it so respectful, especially because, you know, whatever. A quarter of it or however long of it was on YouTube, the sampler. And people are still like, I can't believe that you're pushing religious ideology onto the bisexuals, which is crazy to say because in that long theory, I specifically made sure I did not say anything disrespectful and that I didn't push any sort of religiosity onto anyone. And literally, like, this comment, this lady left this comment. It was like so long, like freaking out, right? And I read the comment, and it was clear that she had watched the first 3 minutes and didn't watch the entire thing. So I responded, and I fucking destroyed her. And then she deleted her comment because she realized that's not what I did. You know what I mean? The long theory was fire. Seeing Lord's album cover today completely proved what you were saying. Yeah, I know. People always want to separate shit when everything is quite literally intertwined. No, here's the thing, Dylan. Dylan says they just aren't hearing you. No, they are hearing me. They're not listening. That's the problem, right? Because it's like, that's my problem with 90% of the trash on the internet is it's not listening. It's like, at no point am I making any sort of moralistic claim about anything that I'm talking about. I'm not saying, I mean, it's obviously probably pretty clear what I think of it, right? But I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not doing that because that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is that it's informative teaching. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to do. And then you have people too who like are on Instagram. We have the fucking Instagram normie core who are just like freaking out like, what do you mean they're not pushing any agenda? This is all about the Talmud. And they're like, they fundamentally don't understand the Talmud, which is a whole nother problem. You know, it's not even that they're wrong. They're just they're just like, you know what I mean? They're just like misguided anger in the wrong things. And so like, you know, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like this is one thing that drives me crazy is like, if you've ever read an essay, like an actual academic paper, like academic philosophical work, what it does, the intro of the philosophical work will tell you what the topic is and what it's about, right? So let's say, you know, the topic is LaCroix, drinking LaCroix in the context of soft drinks, okay? And then what you would have to do is you would have to define what a soft drink is. So let's say a soft drink is that which is in a can like this, and it has to be carbonated. So that means we would be excluding, okay, Gatorade, because Gatorade's not carbonated, and Gatorade doesn't come usually in these kind of cans, right? So that's what the introduction of the paragraph does, is it sets up a context, and it abstractifies what it needs to abstractify in order to in order to make way for the argument to be made. So then what happens is when you're criticizing the argument that's being made, right? What you do is you have to do so on the terms that the writer of the article has made, or the writer of the essay has made. Okay? Now, if you're doing so and you're bringing in outside, you know, things, right? So let's say my disagreement is that I think Gatorade is a soft drink. First, what I have to do is I have to say, I know that you defined a soft drink as this, but I think Gatorade is a soft drink. Here's why, and here's why I feel like you should have included it. Nobody who ever critiques anything I do does any of that because they don't understand, like, how to fucking do anything properly. And so you just have these people just going, everything you're saying is fucking, everything you're saying. What about the Talmud? What about the Talmud? Tell me, please. Tell me about the Talmud. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Tell me. That's like, that's what you get. You know what I mean? So it's like, I have finally just hit the point where I'm like, okay, if you're not gonna listen, then I'm not gonna read your comments. You know what I mean? So it's funny. You're coming after their gods. Whoa, that's crazy. I'm writing that down, bro. Dylan, that is fire, Dylan. Dylan, you know what, Dylan? Message me on Patreon. I'm sending you a sticker pack for that. I'm sending you a sticker pack for that. You need to message me on Patreon. I'm sending you a sticker pack for that, bro. That is so sick. You just made me feel so cool, bro. Sticker pack for Dylan. You know what? You know what? Let's change the cam so we can grab a sticker for my man. Let's change the cam. Sticker pack for Dylan coming right up. Hang on 1 second, sir. Don't worry, sir. Don't worry, sir. Sticker pack coming up for Dylan. Anyone else want to say anything cool? Sticker pack for Dylan. Boom. Patreon exclusive. Sticker pack for my man Dylan. That's what happens when you say cool shit in the chat. That was fire. That just, you know what? That made this whole stream worth it. That made me embarrassing myself in front of everybody, running around, bending over in front of the camera, being flustered. Made it worth it. The God Slayer. Just me talking about myself. Yeah, I am awesome, right, guys? That's funny. Oh yeah, you want a sticker pack for the Naruto thing? If you don't message me, bro, you ain't getting it. You gotta send me a message, dude. Let's go, fucking motherfucker.
All day, nigga.
You didn't embarrass yourself, thanks. I feel like I did. I'm actually really surprised that I've been able to keep my my temper as well as I have been able to, for the most part, when it comes to most things. Because I've actually done a lot of these. Actually, I don't. You know what's funny? My temper is not as bad as it used to be. Actually, my temper used to be really, really bad. It's not that bad anymore. I was actually talking to an old friend yesterday, and he was talking to me about that. We were talking. I have something going on in my life that's actually pretty. It's not Doug level DEFCON, but it's it's a big deal. You know, like it's something that's not peachy keen. It's not like the greatest thing ever. But I'm handling it pretty well. You know what I mean? So. Kevin says we like you because you are weird. Yeah, we're all weird. We're all weird as hell, and we're not gonna take it anymore. I'm weird as hell, and I'm not gonna take. Well, next week's long theory is about Michael Jackson, Tory Lanez, and Bill Cosby. So buckle up. I'm gonna really get some people's goats this week. I'm really excited for it. I'm real excited for it. Next week's a big week. We got a single dropping. We have the first drop of Ystar, the first official drop. These little stickers, we have the little stickers, you know what I mean? The stickers are fun. The stickers are cool. The music industry shirts were cool. The music industry shirts were fun. But we have an official drop. You know what I mean? I messaged you in freebies chat. No. You send me a... No, don't do that because you gotta send me an actual personal message. I'll do it. I'll send you one. I'll message you. Don't worry, Dylan. Yeah, I got you, dude. I'll send you a message. I'll send you a message. I'll find you. Don't worry. Also, depending on what tier you guys are on, Some of you guys are going to be getting special shout outs and stuff from here on out. I have if you're in the Titanic tier, the Titanic Teamster tier or above, you get producer credits on everything I do now. So producer credits are dropping, so you get your name before every production. I'm starting to actually do all that. It only took me a year to actually get in the swing of how to properly run the Patreon. So it was hard for pre-Jesus Izzy to kick against the goads. Are you saying it was, or do I fuck with the Stoics? The Stoics, it depends. Stoicism, there's a lot of different types of Stoicism within philosophy, and I think Stoicism has a place. I think it's cool. I think it's good for self-improvement. I think that the Daily Stoic and all that stuff has been really good for men's mental health, but I feel like once it runs its course, you gotta, it has to go somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, eventually it's gotta, I think it's a good introduction. It's a good introductory. Will YouTube members get access to exclusive content as well? Probably not. Exclusive, I mean, it depends, right? Like, I think with the YouTube membership thing is more for like the live streams and the chats. I probably will do, like member only lives. It depends. We have to see how big the YouTube gets. So as of right now, just hold off on that for the YouTube. I can only do so much. I get, a lot of, that's why I say the Patreon is the main place. The Patreon's the main place. Because Patreon, I don't want to build a castle on quicksand, and I feel like YouTube is that. YouTube changes the way they do things on a whim all the time, and I don't want to get sucked into the quicksand of it, and then all of my stuff is gone, right? At least with Patreon does not do that so much in terms of the things that I make, especially because my content is more teetering into this like pseudo-intellectual sort of realm. I'm opening my own college like Jordan Peterson. It's going to be called Brothers University. Your testimony reminds me of Saul Paul's, and in King JV, Jesus says to Paul on the road to Damascus, it's hard for you to kick against the goads. Oh, okay. I get you. Yeah, it's similar to Paul's, I think. Kinda. I think Paul was a little more intense than I was. Paul was killing Christians. I was killing myself. So, and I wasn't a Christian. So, cool. You finished the book of Acts. That's awesome. That's really cool. The book of Acts is still being written, interestingly enough. It's finally safe to let your genius brains fly free, baby. Yeah, no, it is. Also, everybody has hounded me enough. So here's the deal. Project Oracle is coming back. It's coming back in a way that I can handle it. Because you got to think. Izzy's World every week. Okay. Izzy's World is more of the pseudo-intellectual stuff. All right. Couch Philosopher is just me ranting and being funny in relation to current topics. Like, whatever's trending or whatever. A weekly rant or whatever, right? And kind of the Couch Philosopher Ultra, which is for the $10 tier, that is more me kind of getting into my personal life. That's like a more personal life thing. And ranting. People like there are some people who love the rants, okay? And then Project Oracle is like full legitimate essays, intellectualized stuff. And some people, it's not even that it's just, sometimes some people it's too much for, where it's like, they don't like that. So I think that that's going to be relegated for like the $20 tier. But if you do want to read the essays, I think I'm going to put those on my Substack over time. So over time, the Substack will just be updated and people can go read it if they want. You know what I mean? But it's really hard. That stuff is hard because it takes so much time and there's so little output with it, that it's really difficult. It's really difficult to like really take that amount of time. Like if I was retired and I didn't do 4 live streams a week and 2 to 3 hour live streams a week and 2 hours of the Couch Philosopher, 2 hours of Izzy's World. Like if I didn't do all of that and I was retired, it would just be Project Oracle. But I don't think that that's, I'm feeding the multitudes, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Oops. We got to give the VHS a break. The VHS probably only has about, it's actually probably almost up. You guys don't go anywhere. I have to tape over what I just taped so we can continue to use the VHS tape. Give me 5 secs, bros. Okay, give me 5 seconds. All right, cool. I literally had 41 seconds of tape left. So sick. The rants are goated. So the new long theory, Bjork, there's a whole subclass of Bjork likes. Oh, Bjork likes. Yeah, there is. So I consider Bjork. Okay, listen to this. I didn't even really get to get into this. Bjork is almost like she is like the precursor to Grimes. And Bjork is almost like a technocrat, like not a like whatever like what the equivalent of a nun would be. In that she's like a technocratic, like it's like her Grimes, kind of like that poppy girl, FKA Twigs, right? Yeah. But we are getting into the like different classes. So I've been working on the high priestesses of Baal. They're the high priestesses of Moloch, right? But they use Baphomet in order to do their bidding for Baal, for Moloch. And what they're trying to do is essentially, it is an inversion ritual via like the mutilating of self-mutilation, essentially. All right, cool. Hang on. Let's get the VHS recording again. There we go. All right. Yes, beautification of the beautification. It's not even the beautification of ugliness. It is it is sort of the desecration of femininity more so than anything. It's literally destroying, kind of. Yes, I do. It kind of depends. There's different sects. I think to say all of anything is a discredit. To say all of anything, is or is not something is kind of silly. But I think a lot of it is. I think a lot of people don't. I don't know. I think it's a lot more complicated than people think. And then people. But here's the thing: people don't want it to be complicated. It's just like with the. It's just like with the long theory I just did. It's so much easier for people to be like, they're pushing an agenda and and it's all evil. It's all evil. That's the easiest way for me to understand it, though. No, you don't understand. It's easier for me to think it's all just evil and they're all bad guys and I'm the good guy, right? Like, that's super easy. And that kind of is what's happening, but like you don't want more? And they don't. They really don't. A lot of them don't want more. They want it to end there. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? That's the thing. I'm a Christian, but it's easy for it to become a meta narrative and oversimplify it as pure evil when others in their minds there's more tons of gray areas. Yeah, like but people will. That's what we were talking about that the other day, where people just see stuff and they go, yeah, but it's all it's all demons, all of it, everything is demonic, it's all demon, and it's like you can categorize things like that, and you're not wrong, but you're not right either. It's just like, I'm just glad that, I don't know, like, I think doing things this way and making it to where if you want the knowledge, it's there, and I've provided it, and you can seek it if you want it. I think that's the perfect angle, because the people on Instagram can't say it's not there, because from Instagram you can go to YouTube and you can go watch at least 15 minutes or whatever. And if you're still interested and you want more, you can go the next steps, and you can go all the way as deep as you want to go to the long theory pluses, where you can listen to like kind of what I actually think about the long theories, right? Because, I think that that's a good way to do it. And I think it is. It's funny because it makes sense why like a secret society would operate the way it would, because if you do give, if you do cast pearls onto swine, eventually, you know what I mean? What do they do with it? They hear what they want to hear. They don't care. They don't care about the truth. To care about the actual truth is to embrace being wrong a lot. The journey with the long theories is me constantly having to understand how wrong I am. Because just like with this last long theory, like, it would get me a lot of attention and a lot of clicks is if I said, they're all evil little gremlins. And everyone would go, we knew it. Yeah, he's saying the stuff. He's saying the words we know. That's what we know. You know what I mean? Currently cooking up some sweet potatoes and steak. Let's go. Nice. Are the black sunglasses you wear often most Scott? I think you're asking about a brand? No. Nah, baby. These are straight up crap eyewear. That's what they're called. I think you're saying Moscot. Moscot. Yeah, no, they're not Moscot, brother. No, they're not. They do look like the ones you're talking about, though. Yeah, these are expensive, man. These are a little out of my price range right now, brother. We keep it high and tight. Keep it cheap. That's why we love you, bro, because you seek the truth and actually care about what you put out instead of just trying to get fame. What's with the goth sign on your wall? What about it? Yeah, crap eyewear is good. Yeah, these are good. These are good sunglasses. I have 2 pairs of crap eyewears. I wear this one and another one. They're fire. Yeah. Yeah, next week is another big week. I don't know. I feel like with the long theories, I feel like I need to get another. I don't know. It's fun to have one that like pops like the Sabrina Carpenter one. And then it's like, I want to do one like another one of those, but like with Doja Cat. And it's like, that's not what this is about. Cause when it comes to those, I super have to just be like, bro, I'm listening to HS, dog. I got to listen to HS. Get more Zoom parties soon? Yeah. I think the Zoom parties are going to be a monthly thing. So probably in the next 2 weeks. Probably get one in the next 2 weeks. I got to kind of see. I just got so much work constantly. Because now we're in the like, right now is the Rambo training compilation where he's like about to fight the Russian guy. You know, that's what I'm in right now. Also, do you guys listen to the Couch Philosopher podcast? Like, I feel like I put it out today, and I just am like, is anybody going to even listen to this? But again, I haven't really put those out, and I actually haven't really released those, like an actual Couch Philosopher episode in like probably like 2 years, like an actual episode. So I got to give it a little more time. When I was reposting the archives, it became super easy to ignore. I didn't repost the Couch Philosopher archives though. So that was the duh heads. The ending of Rambo was going to be a suicide, a commentary on PTSD. The studio wanted sequels instead. That's interesting. What's up, Izzy? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're doing well too. Yeah, that's... Well, I mean, the people I'm talking about, you say like you don't really know who I'm talking about. It's more of a they're more of an example of the larger thing I'm talking about. You know, so I don't know. It's kind of to keep it contemporary, and because that's what most people are interested in. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's why I can't make just that content. That's how it works. That's how it goes. Portishead? Yeah, I'm not really. I don't know. Their drummer commented on your video about Baphomet and basically said it was rad that people were channeling Baphomet. Yeah, that's pretty gay. That's funny. There's like a lot of famous people who have commented on my stuff, and I usually end up just like telling them they're fucking gay losers. Because that's pretty lame. That's like he probably doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about, actually. Most people who talk about Baphomet don't know what Baphomet is or the history of it or what it's meant to even do. Which is like so funny. You know what I mean? To fundamentally misunderstand something you worship is like so fucking hilarious to me. He said, and that's a bad thing? Yeah. He's in a trip hop group. Like, what a fucking... I don't want to say it. I'll get my stream taken down. That's hilarious. But that's how they all are. Like, it's one thing if you actually get it, if you actually understand it, and you could actually have an intellectual conversation about it with me, but he probably couldn't, which is why he has to comment publicly, because it makes him look a certain way to the cult, right? Oh, did you see the drummer from Portishead? Dude, he totally owned Izzy. He totally owned Izzy, even though Izzy doesn't even know who he is. And he didn't even know that he commented on there until right now. Snarky and defensive. Right, exactly. He's so defensive, he has to be offensive, and it's like you're so it's such an irrelevant like position that I didn't even notice. Right? Like if you're actually going to say something worthwhile, I would know about it, and you would actually make a point that was like, you know, meaningful or something. I want to hear your interest in Antarctica and why you use bird references on your Patreon. Kind of. The reason I use the bird references on the Patreon is because it relates to the iceberg, and the Patreon is considered like the bottom of the iceberg. And you know, Bird went to Antarctica, and apparently he saw a bunch of stuff. You know, he met the other creatures or whatever, which is pretty interesting. But what I think is interesting is that the Dr. Seuss book that is banned is all about, like, obviously there's racist stuff in it, but it's more so the reason that Dr. Seuss book is banned, I don't care what anybody says, is because he talks about Antarctica and how there's animals in Antarctica. That's what the theme of the book is. The theme of the book is literally getting creatures from Antarctica and filling a zoo with it. If I ran the zoo, that's what it's about. And when they banned it in 2021, is when like all that Antarctica stuff started getting super mainstream in the like conspiracy world. I have a theory. What is it? The Tube Dudes, Taurus Brethren. Yeah, I think you mean a toroid. I always call it a toroid, and it is a Taurus. You're right. You know, I have a theory, and I can't describe it well because it's beyond linear logical thinking. But I have a theory, and it's not firmament, and it's not flat Earth. But what it is that the sky, okay, hear me out, because I've seen legit scientists talk about this, that the atmosphere the higher you go becomes water, right? So it essentially, the closer you get to the ground, it is dissipated water, and the higher you get, the water becomes more condensed, right? And that the firmament is actually where, when the water becomes so dense, it's essentially like being on top of the ocean, right? So in order to pierce it, you would basically be going into water, right? And I have a theory that that is the bottom of the ocean. So if you come up, eventually you would go so high that you would pierce back into the bottom of the ocean. And that is what As Above, So Below is truly referencing, in part, not entirely. But part of As Above, So Below is a literal sense that the sky is the ocean. Saw your girl Long Theory on Patreon recently since I just got a subscription. Gotta show it to my dad. I think he'll find it interesting. Yeah, show him. Planets are fallen angels, perchance. On God, crazy. Yes, twin. That's a wild theory. I don't think it's that wild. I really don't think it's that wild, because I think it's a Japanese guy. He talks about how, because there's like electric space theories that essentially the ether is electricity. And if you think of electricity, it's a plasma, right? Like if the actual consistency of electricity is a plasma, right? And there was an astronaut, one of the guys who went to the moon, says there are snakes that swim around in the ether of space. And think about what it looks like when a rocket goes across the sky. It looks like it's on water, right? But I don't think that it's the traditional way of like, oh, it's like the ocean up there. It's like, no, that's not what it is. It's like the higher you go, the more dense the water becomes, until eventually it is water, but it's also not water. I don't know. And that's just like a fun thought game. It's not like I'm not a flat earther. Don't worry. I'm not. And I know there are people here who probably are flat earthers. It's not that I just we can chill. We can chill. Oh, your username is O on God. That's funny. That's funny. Okay. Got it. Okay. You really hit us with the sky is the bottom of the ocean. Damn. Yeah, it might be. Do you think things like Bigfoot and aliens, for example, Skinwalker Ranch, or psyop or truth? I think there's truth. I don't know what it is. You guys got to remember, a lot of my questioning is Socratic. So it's like, you know, I'm always like, what is this? And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm Socratic with it. Well, not wild like I couldn't believe it, just wild because I've never heard that before. Yeah. Yeah, and maybe that's why they say the sky is blue. It's a reflection from the ocean. Right. It's not. I don't think the sky is refracting the ocean across. No, bro. Yeah, this Jesus. Yeah, this is sick. I don't know where to go. Yeah, it's cool, huh? It makes sense because there's parts of the bottom of the ocean that are just a mist, not solid. And think about the bottom of the ocean, where they have found an ocean at the bottom of the ocean. That would be the top of space. What we see as nothing is matter. It's viable. Yeah. One of the things that trips me out, dude, is when somebody explained to me, like, what do you think fish? Like, a fish doesn't know it's in water. Right? And you got to think about, like, we breathe oxygen. Okay? There's also nitrogen and other things in the air. Right? So, like, there are beings that are not of this dimension that view us the way we view fish in water. Right? Or, like, This is actually funny. It's from Guy Fieri. He was explaining something. I can't remember what he was talking about. Oh, he was talking about like his sister who's a medium or something. I don't know. And he was talking about how like babies, when we speak to babies, right? Babies understand our facial expressions. They understand, you know, certain characteristics of what it is that we are saying, but they don't understand the language per se. That's a lot of like what it is when God or the universe is like sending you a message, right? So it's like sometimes you'll get a gut feeling, or sometimes like for me, when I'm not supposed to be doing something, things will just not work, right? So like perfect example, the calls today. Like the calls have never not worked. All of a sudden this cord is messing it up. I'm getting frustrated, you know. It's supposed to be a fun thing. Like, it's supposed to be fun for everybody. It's supposed to be fun for me, right? So that is the universe telling me the calls, for whatever reason, the calls are not supposed to happen. We tried one. It was too loud. I could barely even hear. You know, it's not supposed to work, right? So that's like a version of that example where it's like sometimes I think there are things going on that we're not able to pick up on, you know? And to God, or to even like these archons or whatever, they're like, it's in your face, but we don't see it. I have a theory that we don't need nearly as much oxygen as we think we do. Do you smoke weed? No, I don't. Should I quit? I say that as I'm taking a dab. I don't know. Why do you feel the need to ask me for a reason, right? I would never tell you that you should or shouldn't quit, but I would, depends how much you smoke, depends what you do, man. You ever think of all of your viewpoints, or you ever think that all of your viewpoints are all just part of a bigger psyop? No, I don't think that. I mean, I've thought of it. I've thought, what if they were, but I don't. I think if my viewpoints were all part of a bigger psyop, my life would be a lot easier, and I wouldn't be in some of the predicaments that I've been in. I don't think I would literally have people in the FBI calling me, trying to fuck up my life, like happened on Monday. Have you ever had virgin boy eggs? What is that? Driving fork while watching Izzy Pod? Is that peak fucking workcore? Fuck yeah. Love the Space's water theory. Would Google Earth and other planets just be CGI? Fun to think about. They'd be balloons. Wonder if the scientists involved are just oblivious or blind to it. They would be blind to it. But Super Advanced Racing, the guy who asked me if all my viewpoints are just a part of a bigger psyop, I think what they do is I think that they allow, I think, this is what I think. Like, if I was to answer that question as honestly as possible, a lot of my stuff, right, it hits in a certain way that it makes a lot of people very angry. And I think that they at the top, I think that they get more value out of allowing my truth to proliferate and see the chaos it causes than they would to sequester me to like a corner of the internet. Because here's the deal. They've already done that, right? I've been shadow banned like 10 times. You know, my YouTube is completely shadow banned. My, my fucking Instagram has been shadow banned countless times, but I'm able to go viral regardless because I will never stop. I just post no matter what. I go on these bigger platforms like Tinfoil Hat or other bigger platforms that I time perfectly with the way that I release my content to where things go viral, etc. And I've deduced it to that's what I think. I think that Like, go to one of my comment sections. Like, look at how people, one, talk to me, two, talk to each other about me. You know, it's divisive. And I think that the biggest mistake that them made was when they started commenting source. When they started commenting, where's your source to everything? I don't think that they expected me to then start sourcing every single thing I was doing to prove what I'm saying. Because now what it is it's becoming increasingly clear that within the quote-unquote truth community, in the conspiracy realm, there is pop slop, which is just stuff like, look at this, whoa, Labubu is Pazuzu, whoa. There's just that stuff. And then there's what I'm doing, and a select few others are doing, where it is methodically researched, very poignant, sourced, everything is what it is, right? And I think that what they do is they go, okay, this conspiracy pop slop is good because it gets to the masses, it gets to a ton of people. This is dangerous. But what we can do is we can infiltrate comment sections and we can start shit with other people and we can sow dissent against him. And that's what happens. That's what my true opinion is. So now I think what it is I have grown to a point where if they were to outright just start banning my stuff, it would make me bigger. It would Barbara Streisand affect it. If they killed me, they would make me a martyr. And I know that sounds extreme. I've literally already been legitimately warned by people who have connection to legitimate billionaires. I have literally been warned, actually. So if they killed me, I would become a martyr. And then, so I think that their option right now is let's be the archons that we are and let's feed off the negativity. I just think that sometimes I think that the people in charge could be doing a lot more to stop people like you. Like we have seen in the past how much influence they can have. What do you mean? Right? I just explained it. I just explained that they see everything. You ain't even that big. I'm a lot bigger than you probably think. I reach 6 million people a month on just Instagram. So that's a lot of people. There's 300 million in America. Let me see. Let's see. U.S. population. Let's see what it is. 340 million. So let's see. So 340 divided by 6. So I reach 1 in 56 people in the United States. 1 out of every 50 people in the U.S., if we were to say just the U.S., has seen an Izzy video in the last 30 days. IDK, what I mean, it's just something I've been pondering, yeah. We got to get you some sponsors. That's a lot of people. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm too busy with research to... What percentage of your audience is from the United States? Most of it. Like, I would say it's probably like 85%. And then there's like 5% Canada. And then it's pretty much all U.S. What are my serious thoughts on transvestigation and transvestigators? From Mr. Balls. It's funny. I think that like everything, there's something there, but I don't think that it is I don't think it's everybody. I think that that's like a very what happens is people will find a theme, they'll find something, and then they will find out that it's the truth. And then they apply that to reality as a whole, right? Like, for example, my grandfather was a civil engineer, right? And he applied civil engineering to everything in his life, right? Which works if you're engineering or if you're building something or if you're trying to metaphorically systematize something, that works. But if, it can't be everything. And I think when it comes to that, the transvestigator stuff, if it's Marcone's wife or whatever it is, you can point to as much documentation as you want, and you can pretty much say, I think with 85, 90% certainty, this is what it is. That's very compelling. That's very interesting, right? But to do it to every single person and every single thing, I think that is what it does is it makes everything else look silly, right? Because with that, there's only so much you can prove, and that comes with every single thing that's a truth or a conspiracy, right? Like, I can only show you so much proof and so much evidence and so many things for you to make up your own mind, and you can still go, I don't really give a shit, there you go, right? But I do think I think that with the transvestigators in particular, there is something psychological about the person doing it that I feel like something happened to them where there is this sort of fundamental distrust of individuals to such an extent that they believe that people are lying about one of the most, something as obvious as your gender, right? Like I feel like there is legitimately something psychological about that at a certain point in terms of the person doing it. So, my brother just said, dude, I didn't get a notification, WTF. Yeah, I know. My brother also sent me a screenshot of his viewer count last stream. Very funny. LaCroix sponsor. LaCroix would be such a sick sponsor. Hit up Liver King for a sponsorship. I should, huh? I should right now. Yeah, I don't get notifications too. It's so weird. Why? Why not? People are saying rip. Did they end the stream? Did they take this down? Do I think that she's in the Theo network or adjacent? I would say probably the former. And I would say that because I know. So if you recall what I was talking about the person running me off the road, it's in relation to that what you just said. So, Dylan saying rip for the notifications. Yeah, I don't know. All right, guys, we're still gonna stream. I'm gonna take literally like a 30-second break. I gotta rewind the tape deck. I gotta grab a LaCroix and I gotta use the restroom. It's probably gonna be about a minute. So. right, baby. How we feeling? How we feeling? Let me hit record on that VHS and we'll go. I don't want that music overbearing you guys. Overboring you. Overboring you. How do you guys like the new animations? I got more coming, dude. We're going core with it, baby. All right. There we go. Are you imploring the Bokorian, in the accordion? Are you a Bokorian? Being tired from work had that music loop putting me to sleep, though. Fire reminds me of world peace. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro. Come on, man. You guys like Kodak Black? Hell yeah, I love Kodak Black. I'm doing a video on him, actually. A good video. I think Kodak Black is legitimately a musical savant. I think he's a legit musical genius. I think he's like an actual savant musical genius. Do you know that Kodak Black's reputation now is similar to what Mozart's reputation was back in the day? They used to say Mozart was like a freak. They'd be like, yeah, he's crazy. He's like destroying the youth. How so? They used to say Mozart was like a bad influence and bad. My name Kodak Black, but when you see me, are you white? That was in the Duh Heads intro. Funny, huh? Keep telling my girl that and she doesn't believe me. Yeah. You don't have to convince your girl of everything, dude. This is like a theme I see with people. Let your girl... Look, I'm going to give you some advice. Let your No. Let your girl like what she likes. Let her like Love Island and Love on the Spectrum and all those reels she saves so that you guys can cook together and you can hold her from behind and kiss her on the ear, right? Let her like what she likes. You don't have to convince her to be, you know, a base trad cath waifu. You know what I mean? And I don't want to go on like a Sam Hyde-esque rant about that, but like, just let your boo be your boo. You don't want your chick to like you do not want to come home to your girl watching Kingdom of Heaven and like, you know, like you don't want, that's like fucked up, dude. You know? And here's the thing, dude. Like, every time I've tried to get based with any girl, they use that shit against me the first chance they get. If your girl knows your stance on Israel, she knows too much about your political ideologies. And I'm saying that from experience. Take it from me, champ. Thoughts on astrology, the real stuff and not the surface level type. Well, I think astrology, I think it's very powerful for sure. I think astrology is, I don't particularly study it because I like to have a little whimsy in life. And I feel like if you get really good at astrology, you can literally like see the future and life will become fucking boring for you. So, I think that astrology, there's a lot of good, not good, but a lot of truth you can get from it. My girl finally found out about the Brazilians on her own. Good. Let her do it on her own. And then when she says something and it activates something in you, look at her like, I know, right? I want to come home to my girl watching your videos. That's different. If it's my stuff, she can watch it. She can watch as much of my stuff as possible. You know what I mean? Need a little whimsy in this bit. So whimsy in this hoe. My girl does astrology. I want to look at her hoe. My girl does astrology, and she's good at it. And she told me about the change into Aquarius. That's some. So she's into the aeons. She's into the ages. Well, you should ask her what she knows about the Aeon of Lucifer, of Izzy's World and Project Oracle. Coming soon to the Teamster tier. Well, it's already been, but you know what I'm saying, guys. Also, guys, patrons, be honest. Was there too many notifications this week from the Patreon? Because I'm trying to only send out so many. So first of all, email notifications, that is something Patreon does in general. I can't control email notifications, but I can control push notifications. So sometimes I'm trying not to send notifications for every single thing I post. So I would like to know, because I do want, obviously, people to know when I release stuff, but I also, now that I'm releasing so much more content, I don't want to be bombarding people constantly. I don't want them to get annoyed. So, define being good at astrology. Do they just want to, do they just follow the right Twitter accounts? I mean, there are people who can, I mean, you know that your astrology chart is like, it's like 12 planets or something, right? It's like all of them. So, you know what I mean? Nah, I told her. She lives with me, yeah. Yeah, Age of Aquarius is like, that's like, goes a lot deeper. Goes a lot deeper than Age of Aquarius stuff. Plus there's a lot of conjecture about when the Age of Aquarius started. When did the Age of Aquarius actually begin? Because there's different types of astrology. There's Vedic astrology, which is Eastern astrology, which gets more particular, which right now we would be in the middle of a Yuga shift, which does relate to Age of Aquarius. It kind of depends. Alex says, I send certain reels to a girl and she's cool with it. Yeah. You go look up, you got to watch what Sam Hyde says about that. I don't want to steal his, I don't want to steal from the famous one, He has some good, it's obviously jokes, it's obviously funny stuff, but he has some good insight on that kind of stuff. I don't know. I just don't think that like political ideologies, I'm not interested in girls' political ideologies, so I'm going to assume that goes both ways. I don't need to be like explaining to her why World War I happened and what Rasputin's role was within the Russian Tsar's reign. You know what I mean? Opinions on Sam Hyde becoming Christian? Various. It's cool. Good for him. I mean, he has Jay Dyer writing for him, so, pretty expected, I feel like. I think, as long as his intentions are pure, which I believe that they are. Sam's like he's like a pretty authentic guy. He seems pretty, from what I've seen and and everything. You know what I mean? Some girls know politics are a clown show. I have no political stance other than F the system, oi. Yeah. You know, it's funny. It's so funny, like, when you... This is the weirdest part. When you become so this is a literal... So it's a horseshoe, right? It's a horseshoe. Everything's an Ouroboros. Everything. Everything comes full circle. That's what Ouroboros is. It's an Ouroboros. It's funny, like, sorry, I heard something. It was someone outside. It's funny when you become so anti-system, but then you start to realize and you start to see why the system is the way that it is, and you start going, oh, it has to be this way. And then you become like a self-hating person where you're like, oh, the system, it has to operate this way. We have to keep the morons out. We have to subjugate them. That's what I think. Obviously joke, but kind of not really. Are those the same? No, they're not. They're like extremely fake. Your girl used to work at a spiritual shop, and the people who ran it were creepy and did ritual and stuff behind closed doors. So she left, but I used to go there and get bad vibes. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of... Here's the deal. Like, people are onions, man. Okay? Especially when it comes to their spirituality. There is layers to all of it. And especially, like, if you know, let's say you know a crystal girl, right? And I wrote a song called Crystal Girl, so I know all about these girls. Crystal Girl, and she like, you can just tell she's alt by her appearance. And she has, like, let's say she has, like, a Virgo tattooed on her shoulder, right? And then you're like, oh, okay, astrology. You're going to eventually peel back so many layers. You're going to find out, like, and, you know, she'll be like, oh, I like charge my crystals in the moon. You're like, okay, cool. Like, that's a little more than I thought. There's something there. You know what I mean? Just like you're saying that your girl used to work at a crystal shop, and then she gets to know the people, and they're kind of cool, but they're kind of weird. And then all of a sudden they're doing things. The rituals they're doing at the shop is only a fragment of what they're doing at home with others, and then at home alone. Okay? Take it from me. Take it from me. Did you read the Book of Enoch? Yes. Saw a photo of A$AP Rocky and the mob posed around a pentagram. A candle was lit. Yes. What about it? If you don't believe in anything, you fall for anything. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, bro. It's not that deep, bro. Hey, guys. Actually, guys, I don't think that it's that deep. Actually, I was on Reddit earlier, and we were discussing how it's actually not that deep. So, how's the day been? It's been today. I don't know, man. Okay, hear me out. The last 2 days have been very weird in this way that I don't understand. So, like, yesterday, I stayed up all night, not last night, the night before, editing The Long Theory. So my editor got me an edit of The Long Theory, and it was what it was, so I had to re-edit it. So I re-edited it for 8 to 10 hours, okay? I'm re-editing it. I don't get to go to bed till 3:33 in the morning. If you listen to The Long Theory Plus, I discussed this, right? Yesterday was like Thursdays are kind of like my like Sundays in this weird way. My schedule's all messed up. So I'm kind of like chilling, and I go for this walk. I went for this like 5-mile walk, like walk hike thing. And it's to get to the walk hike thing, I have to go through a park, and there was no one at the park. Like, this park is always, no exaggeration, always hundreds of people. It's a beautiful park. There's a big like stage and a big sound place and a big fucking blah, blah, blah. No one was at the park. I was like, that's super weird. Go for this walk. No one's on the trail. I'm like, this is super bizarre. I get home. I don't really see anybody on the roads. I'm like, okay, this is super weird. Same thing. So today, wake up, take care of stuff, go to for a run. Today it's a run, 6-mile run. Park is empty. No one's been around. It's been super quiet. No one's been out, and it's like, is everybody on holiday or something? Like, what it feel? There's something going on. There's something in the air, and I don't know what it is. It's just been quiet, too quiet. You know, when something is about to happen, the forest doesn't get louder. The animal warnings have already happened. Okay, it gets more quiet, and that's what it feels like. Lilith girls equal armpit hair girls. Do you think the help are losers? No, I don't think that. I've talked to one of them. He's nice. Is that you? Is that you who ignored me when I sent you my fucking album? It's funny. I've had that happen before, yeah. Did you see PewDiePie's video about... No. Did you see PewDiePie's video about doing his best to not use Google? Do you think there's a point for fighting for our privacy online? No. There's no point to it. I know someone said it to me the other day, like, oh, you use Google? It's like, what am I supposed to use? There's literally a fucking hegemony on fucking search engines. Who gives a single fuck? Oh, you mean PewDiePie, the guy who uploads his entire life to the internet? That PewDiePie? You mean PewDiePie who uploads his every single thing he does to the internet? You mean that PewDiePie? Oh, the one who uploads his whole life onto the internet? Yeah, okay. The one who's a YouTuber, which is his company's owned by Google? Fucking stupid. Like, I don't understand when people die on those hills, and I'm not talking shit about PewDiePie. I'm kind of being funny. But it's like, what do you mean? I'm going to stop using Google. We're not using Google anymore, guys. We're going to use Brave. Like, it's a fucking search engine, dude. What are you talking about? When you're alone like that, be sure to be on your phone with something. Could be social engineering from people that don't want you around to get you alone and hurt you. Yeah, I know. I was on the phone with a friend, actually, so I'm aware. Why does the chat keep saying Pandrogen? You're like the third person who said that today. What is that? Pandrogyne? I'm going to check this out. Better not be a porn thing. A concept, a state of being where two individuals merge into one. Transcending traditional gender boundaries. Yeah, that's what it... Oh, no. Aiming for a third gender or a gender-neutral identity. Yeah, that's not... That is kind of what it is. That's fucking stupid. That's super stupid. You need to have no phone. Walk around with a mask on. Yeah, they know who I am. Praying for you daily is, man. Thanks, brother. That's very kind of you. I can actually feel the way that you write that. I can tell that you actually mean that. I can just feel that. You can feel the intention. Had someone try to tell me Bitcoin wasn't worth buying since it's traceable. Like, that's not the point. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Gold isn't valuable because it's shiny. People say things. People just say things. I'll never understand, why do people take these hard stances on meaningless things? Do you think that it's like because it gives them an identity? There's one person in my life in particular who does this over the most meaningless, infantile things, and they don't really do it as much as they used to, but they used to do it like, and it was like, yeah, and it was always like, what? Look up the artist Genesis P. Are you the one who keeps who's talked about Genesis like 5 times? I am. I'm gonna do a thing on her. I don't know what, but yeah, I think that you're the one who has commented it before. Probably from your alt, because you can't message me from your help. You're the help page anymore because someone said not to listen to my music. That's intellectual arrogance. You know, and a lot of times it's not even from a place of like intellectual thing. I feel like it's people who like. I think it's an identity thing. I think that I really think it's an identity thing. You know, I'm the guy who doesn't use Google. That's me. The guy who. That's me. You know. It is you. I fucking knew it was you. Well then, dude, just tell me you don't like my music. You don't have to like ignore me. You silly guy. Fucking silly. You know what's funny? I had a friend who I sent. So before I did like before I even did the ING demo, I was working on an album called Diogenes, and I worked on this thing for so long, and it was what it was. It just like it was not good, and I sent it to my friend, and he literally didn't talk to me for like 5 months. And it was like, oh, cool, this album sucks. And it was cool because I scrapped it and then whatever, right? Luca fucks with you, bruh. That's how Kanye knows you? Wait, you got to tell me more, bro. So was that really Ye in the Patreon? Was that him? That was him, right? Holy shit, guys. We're getting confirmation that Ye was actually in the Patreon. That's fucking sick. I fucking knew it, bruh. Yeah, well, that's funny. I've been telling you, people like sometimes, dude, I just know when I know. Sometimes I just know when I'm on a wavelength, bruh. What are your thoughts on an artificial collective unconscious as a vehicle for mass population control? I think we already have that. You know what I mean? Like we've already had. I mean, we have the internet. The internet. If you go watch the recent Izzy's World, I talk about how the internet is a literal labyrinth. It's a labyrinth. The internet is the human collective. It is the human consciousness, right? And you got to think with human consciousness, it's a hive mind of consciousness. That's what the internet is, right? So AI, like, I really think AI, the AI thing is literally, it's just an optimized search engine, you know? And I think that what people don't understand, and Sam Hyde talks about this, and this is me citing my source, right? See, I don't just steal things. But Sam Hyde, he talks about how, like, getting from 0% to 90%, you know, you're doing 90% of the work, but it is easier than getting from 90 to 100, okay? So the type of work you have to do changes. The type of things you got to do, right? Like when you like writing an album, okay? Writing an album is the easiest way for me to connect this, okay? Because it's something I've done a lot. I have a list of albums on the wall that I've written that are never going to be heard by anybody, right? But originally, to write an album, you have to come up with the name. Okay, or the name will come to you, whatever. I'm not getting into the actual about writing an album, right? So you have these things. The album comes to you. You have a title. Then the songs write themselves. You don't write songs, but you have these songs that slowly start to come together. You slowly get these lists. The album begins writing itself, right? And then you've written an album, and then you record it, right? So then you're at like 90%. It's 90% done. But then the last 10%, That's when you got to film the videos. You got to do the promotion. You got to do this. You got to do that. And the game changes entirely. Okay. And that's where people come up short. That's where I fuck up, because that 10% is harder than the original 90%. It's easier for me to write an album than it is to promote it, than it is to do all these other various things. Right. And that's what AI is as well. Coming up with the models, making it be able to search a certain thing, making it be able to do all of this stuff. It's 90% of the work, but it's not refined. Getting it to that point, and he always uses the example of a self-driving car. Getting a car to drive on a straight line, that is not necessarily difficult. Okay, getting the car to be able to stop on a dime and to drive as if it's a human, that's the last 5%. That is insanely difficult. And as you get incrementally closer to 100, it exponentially and therefore logarithmically gets more difficult. Okay? Watch, I'll show you. Okay, I'm drawing a graph. So the closer that you get to 100, okay, let me show you this. The closer that you get to 100, the more difficult it gets exponentially. So with AI and it's going to control the population. So you have to ask yourself the question of what you're questioning is. It's what about AI would be used for mass population control? How would they use it? What would they be doing? Okay. If you're talking about things like Palantir, talking about all that stuff, obviously there's a lot of things to it, but you got to think about, you got to ask yourself why, right? And you got to ask yourself the nuances to that. Read a book called The Internet Isn't What You Think About Right Now. Read a book called The Internet Isn't What You Think About It Is Right Now. Oh, I get it. I think it's a mix of both. I have a coworker that doesn't miss a chance to say, I'm agnostic. She tries so hard to be interesting. Everybody's agnostic. I think everybody, nobody fully knows. You know what? I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be the guy who acknowledges that I don't know. What? It seems like the symbolic has been hijacked, and we can no longer tap into the visceral power of the unconscious through art. I don't think that's. No. What do you mean? It seems like the symbolic has been hijacked. What do you mean? That's if you allow. So the symbolic can only be hijacked if you allow it to be hijacked. I think with statements like that, and I'm not picking on you, I'm really not. Statements like that is you're projecting your own, what you have going on onto everybody, right? The symbolic has been hijacked. Okay, so I understand that, and I say what you're saying, and I kind of in part agree with that a little bit. A lot of symbolic things have been hijacked, right? But this symbol, for example, the Y star, this is me reclaiming a symbol that has been hijacked, literally. So I am hijacking the hijacked, and I'm reclaiming it. And I'm making physical objects that people can wear on their heads and on their shirt and on their bodies that are physical. They're tangible things. They're tangible items, right? And that is a form of art. To me, this symbol not to me, what it is. This symbol represents truth. That's what the symbol is. It's a sigil. That's what it is, right? And so things only have power insofar as much as you allow them to. And if you feel like the power of art has been hijacked from you, you have to make a tangible stance to fight that in every possible way you can. If it's bothering you, right? You're going to let them ruin art for you? You know, I'm not saying you. I'm just talking, right? I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm using what you're saying as an example. You know, you can't allow anybody to do anything that you don't want to you as much as you can control it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, when I found out that the peace sign was an inverted Nordic rune for life and peace and prosperity, that's when I was like, oh yeah? Guess what? I'm making my own, you fucking freaks. You literal freaks. I'm making my own, dude. Because look. This right here. See this? Can you see the light? Let me get the other cam. Let me get the other camera. This right here. Damn it. Symbol for life. This is the year, and I've gone over this, but this is for this dude. This is the Algiz, right? This is the symbol for death. This right here. Symbol for death, upside down. So what they did, they put a little circle around it, and they're like, that's the peace sign. Peace and love. Peace and love. Oh, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love 1969? Do you love it? Do you want to go do some Bolivian flake in the fucking bathroom? I have some Bolivian flake. Do you want to do it in the bathroom? My dad's a billionaire. Do you know that? He's a billionaire, and we can make so much fucking money. Do some Bolivian flake with me in the bathroom, and let's listen to Santana Black Magic Woman. It's going to be great. We're going to get so fucking high in the bathroom, and then we're going to do acid. We're going to call it a candy flip, I think. I think we're going to call it a candy flip or we're going to call it a toadstool function. Oh, we're going to the toadstool function later. The Grateful Dead's going to be hammering my asshole. Right? That's what they did. And they're like, it's all peace and love. So then you know what I did? I fucking was born. I was born. I was literally in a fetus. I was a fetus, right? And I was like, I'm going to fucking destroy those hippies' dreams. So then this is what I did. I went like this. Let's chop the top of that bad boy off, right? Let's chop the top off. Okay? And let's do this. See? A little of this. A little dot, right? But then I went, you know what? You know what's even better than that? What if we turn that into an asterisk? Because one, an asterisk is just on your keyboard, right? It's actually not. That's not what it looks like. Hang on. Sorry, guys. This is the me show. Asterisk, right? 5, representing what? The 4 elements: water, earth, air, and fire. But guess what it also is? See this? This is what they love. Their little Saturnian black cube. If you unfold the cube, what do you get? You get a cross, right? Well, mine is if you literally ripped the Saturnian cube up, like if I had a cube in my hand right now, if I had a cube and I ripped it, and I just ripped it so hard one of the little sides flew off, that's what the asterisk is. It's fucking truth, baby. And it also represents, right, the star is like the sun. It's like if you're going like this to the sun, like, let's go, dude. Let's fucking rage in here. We're going to turn on some turnstile, bro, and we're not going to be doing Bolivian flake in the bathroom, you little freaks. We're reclaiming it, is what we're doing. Let's get a Lucy in the sky and the Lucy in the sky is actually the bottom of the ocean. Right? Do you think truth-seeking and conspiracies are becoming mainstream? I don't think it's becoming mainstream. I think the mainstream is coming to the truth. I think it's the opposite. Because it has to. Because that's the age we're in. We're in a new aeon. We're in the aeon of Lucifer. Lucifer is the light bringer. He's bringing the truth. It's a seeming truth. It's a fake truth, though. It is knowledge for while we're here. It's not gnosis, right? I'm going to go see a turnstile with my... What's an HB? What's an HB, homeboy? HB. Well, sorry if that rant was too much for you guys. A bunch of people left the chat. Now the freaking chat's dead. We had my freaking guy. We had my homie. My boy who fucking has me tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Needed to screenshot something for myself. But no, yeah, that stuff is. See, another person. I didn't get notified. They don't send notifications for me. They don't. They don't want to help me. They want to hurt me. And the other thing is like I don't want to have to announce it on Instagram every time. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. Will there be another age after this? Yeah. There's supposed to be. I don't know though. It depends. I think that we're getting to the end of the line though. I think that time's almost up. But again, no one knows the age nor the hour except the Father alone, right? So who knows, you know? I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting when we to see. But yes, there will be a time after this. After the age of Aquarius, what are the zodiacs in order? Who's after Aquarius? Capricorn? We were already in the age of weren't we? Let me see. What's after Aquarius? See, this is how you guys know I don't do fucking astrology. Pisces. We just came from Pisces. Wait, we shifted from Pisces into Aquarius. Let me see the fucking zodiac wheel. Where's the zodiac wheel? Come on, chat. You're supposed to be helping me out here. Zodiac wheel. Come on. Man, this is really riveting, huh, guys? You guys should go watch the real live streamers. You should go watch Kai Cenat and his other buddy beat Mario World. Yeah, I was right. We would be going into Capricorn. Interesting. Because we were in Taurus, then we were in Aries, then Pisces. Now we're in Aquarius, and we would be going into Capricorn. Capricorn is going to be the age of the goat. That's going to be fucked. Wow. Yeah, we really might enter like a water goat. That would be like, that age would be like a fucking Baphomet, water Baphomet? Like what? HB is homeboy, yeah. Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac and Aries is the first, right? Fake truth? Yes, fake truth. Crazy take. Not really. Not really at all. You think phone notifications that you think you heard but aren't there are planned and real? I'm convinced they're Pavlov dogging us. Well, yeah. You've been getting Pavlov dog. Hell nah, water goat. Fake truth? Yeah, dude, you got a lot of stuff to watch, man. You got a lot of stuff to watch there, brother. Got a lot of stuff to watch, brother. Got a long way to go, brother. It's been a long stream. Holy shit, it's almost 8 o'clock. Fuck, bro. Man, shit, bro. You been fucking going, dude. Shit's crazy. This actually ended up being a fun stream for how awful it started. I was really fucking grouchy at the beginning of this. I was really, really not in the good mood. Really in a bad mood. That shit sucks, dude. I hate getting my expectations up and people getting their expectations up, and you know what I mean? But yeah. is what it is. You know, can't control everything. I do got to figure that out though. You know, because the people love the call-in shows. I love what you're doing, brother. May God bless you and your family. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I hope God continues to favor me and favor my family, and I hope he makes me. I hope he. I don't know. I hope he. I'm wondering what my trajectory is going to be here soon. I wonder if I'm going to be like a Rasputin-esque mystic. I've been learning about Rasputin lately. I've been learning a lot about Rasputin. And he believed, this is kind of crazy. Rasputin believed he was a part of this weird like sect of Christian mysticism that believed in order to get closer to God, you had to be forgiven for sins. So they would increase the amount that they sinned. So they would like, it was kind of like a Christian sex cult, and they would all be like having sex with each other, and it was like a big orgy, and yeah, fucking crazy, right? Go find a wife, dude. Yeah, I've been dating someone for a while, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. You know? So might eunuch it up. Might just straight eunuch it. Just might be a straight eunuch. Might just go full eunuch. This is what I'm thinking the move is going to be, and I'm like so not kidding. I'm thinking I'm going to go warehouse in a major city, not disclose what city it is, and I'm going to live in it. And I'm just going to turn it into like like Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory. Not really, but I'm literally just going to work 24/7 and create my own like study. You know? People are saying procreate, ring it. Nah, brother. I'm celibate, dude. I'm celibate. I'm voluntarily celibate. They got Rasputin's dick in a jar. They do. They would try to get mine if they could. They would put it in one of those little. They put it in one of those little jars for capers, the little ones. They'd laugh at me. They would call me instead of Rasputin. They would call me Little Tintin. They call me Little Ras. I'd be like, shut up! I'm not little. I'm fucking big. I'm tall. I'm 6'1". I swear I'm 6'1". That's what I told everybody on the dating apps. I already live in a warehouse in a major city. Izzy comes out as an incel. No, I'm not an incel. I'm a volcel, dude. I'm voluntarily celibate. I'm a volcel. I've been celibate in a relationship. I like chose. I was like, yeah, I gotta give all my sexual energy to Jesus Christ. Sorry. Set up a jumbotron display like Ye's headquarters. I fuck with the warehouse idea. No, I'm going to do that. I'm like not Joe. That's what I'm going to do. I just have to find someone who's willing to rent me a warehouse and allow me to live in it. And probably have to get my credit good enough to do that. It's really bad. It's really bad. It's so bad right now. It's so bad. I started getting it good and then it messed up again. I'm sorry. Please. Volcel era. It's been I've been Volcel for fucking 2 years, dude. I've been Volcel for like 2 years, bro. I'm going crazy. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Isn't credit a scam? Yeah, of course it is. Thoughts on Dione Fortune? I don't know. or take my warehouse for free. Dude, if you want to fucking, we'll figure, gotta see. Gotta figure it out. One day at a time, baby. One day at a time. But, I don't know. I just gotta like, there's always these little things that crop up. There's always little fucking minutiaes, little squirmy problems. I gotta pee real quick. I'm gonna rewind the tape. Rewinding the tape sucks. It's annoying. You know? Let me rewind this tape. Let me go pee. I'm gonna throw on the bore core, but I'm gonna do no music this time. I'll turn the music off. Making my way downtown. I'm crazy and I'm loud. Making my way downtown. I'm crazy and I'm loud. Why do you own a warehouse, bro? Oh, I don't. Oh, okay. You're asking somebody else. Credit is very Brazilian. Yeah, it is. They love it. They love the credit. They love it. They love it. Yeah, we got to. I started fixing my credit. Listen to this. This is so fucked. I started fixing my credit. And so I was like, okay, my credit's going up. I need to take out credit cards in order to get my credit right. So I took out these 2 super small credit cards, super low limits, whatever. Started using them. Both of the companies are scams. And what they do is they wait till you use the card, then they don't accept payments, and then they give you like $200 fucking fees like every month. So it's been a fucking nightmare. I don't know what to do. I have to hire a credit repair company now. Fucking insane. All right, let me use the other camera now. The graphics are blinding and headache inducing. I mean, you could not look at it and and just wait until I come back. It's like it's literally like a 9-second fucking thing. Also, Eric, I messaged you. I don't know if you saw it. Yeah, I don't know. People always have to have a, an opinion on everything. Everything. Because it's like if if I don't have graphics and I just get up and then I go to the bathroom, people are like, but other streams have graphics. Why don't you have it? And then you get some made, you spend money on them, and people are like, oh, they're hurt my it's like, no matter what, dude, it'll always be what it is eternally. This is I don't know actually what kind. It's just a VHS camera. It's from like the late 90s. But it's kind of a pain in the ass because I have to get the reel. I only have like an hour. I don't even think it's an hour and a half. I think it's like 50 minutes. 50 minutes of recording time. It's pretty sick. It's pretty impressive actually how like well it runs and how like not shitty it is. It like really is. It's like really impressive because I really did not think it would be able to hold up and be. It's kind of like a little fucking workhorse, dude. Actually, and I think it adds a lot of character more so than this one. Adds a lot of character. I mean, this is cool too. This is obviously contemporary. This is like the standard, but it's cool to have variety. You know what I mean? Cameras used to be built for people that actually use them, yeah. I could help you get one that plugs into the wall and just runs forever. That'd be sick. Yeah, this is just, the only thing is like if this camera's on standby for too long, it turns itself off. That's the only thing. So, yeah, that's like the thing. It's not, so in order to mitigate that, I have to just be recording it to the tape. But, yeah, that would be cool if I, that actually would be sick if I got like a TV in the back and then ran an output to the TV in the back that replayed me on the screen. That'd be sick. Oh yeah, Augustine, you were telling me, yeah, so here's the deal, Augustine, because you were messaging me or commenting today, you were going to call in. So any tips for musicians starting out? How old are you and what genre of music? How old are you and what genre of music are you doing? Not that it really matters, but just to contextualize it for me so I can give you advice that's going to help. Yeah, that would be sick, Eric. That'd be cool. I just, yeah. But yeah, starting out in the music industry now it's weird. It's like the best time. It's the best time to ever start if you're kind of an indie dude, you know. 19 and R&B and neo soul. Can you sing? Can you actually sing, or can you what is your? Did you used to sing? Let me ask you this: did you used to sing in church? Because if you didn't used to sing in church, you're going to be a little behind as far as R&B and stuff goes. You know what I mean? Let's see. We're giving advice. Let's go fucking... Yeah. Yes, you did? Okay, cool. So you could probably sing then. Yeah, so here's the deal. Honestly, you need to write probably... You need to start writing at least... It depends how serious you want to be, right? You're entering R&B, which is going to be competitive in a way that is a lot different than most other genres. So if you okay, if you're not conventionally attractive, you're going to have a difficult time in that genre. So, you know, obviously I don't know what you look like, but what I would start doing is I would start writing a lot. I would in the morning when you wake up, write at least 3 full pages, like full by hand. Don't type it out. You need to write at least 3 full pages of just what you have going on in your life. You need to start writing, and you need to write as good of songs as you possibly can. And you need to just write nonstop. Once you're kind of in this flow of writing, you need to start just, I would go on, YouTube and find whatever kind of instrumentals you like. Let's say, you like Daniel Caesar. Do Daniel Caesar type beat. And I would write, no joke. I would write like 3 songs a day. If you really, really, really want to do it. I would write 3 songs a day and I would just go from there. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to freestyle, I know everybody can kind of freestyle and kind of whatever. If you don't know how to do that, you need to start practicing doing it because it's going to help your writing. And you just need, it just needs to be repetition. Like, that's what really put my band ahead is when we first got our little attention. When I found out how many songs that the labels actually sift through and how many songs you actually need to write, it will blow your mind. You can't have like 2 songs and be like, I'm a fucking R&B singer. You should literally have like 60 songs. You should have your catalog. You need to have like 200 songs in your, you need to buy an external hard drive. Not need to, but you need an external hard drive full of albums of shit that's like not good enough for you to release. Daniel Caesar's my inspiration. Yeah, I know. And what you also got to do is stop listening to R&B. Don't listen to R&B anymore. And I really genuinely mean that. Do not listen to R&B anymore. Start listening to other genres of music and start making yourself like genres of music that you conventionally and normally wouldn't like. Start listening to country, start listening to hardcore, start listening to other stuff. That's a Mormon painting in the back right now. Like the artist is Mormon? No. How does the call-in work? We're not doing the call-ins today. The audio is like not working properly. You just stop listening to R&B. If you really want to do it, don't listen. You shouldn't really listen to music for like a while. You should take a complete break from listening to any music for probably about 6 months. Would not looking at inspiration you like when doing creative work apply to all fields, not just music? No, music is different because with music you'll subconsciously start sounding like the things you're listening to no matter what. That's why younger artists always sound like the thing that he's not going to have his own voice for probably about 2 or 3 years. So he's going to sound like Daniel Caesar for probably about 1.5 years, 2 years. And that's why he needs to stop listening to R&B and start listening to other genres, because those other genres will change his natural voicing. When you listen to things, you subconsciously begin to mimic them. That's why I don't listen to any podcasts. That's why I don't take in any media, because I'll mimic it. And you do it subconsciously. You don't even know you're doing it. That's why, like, when I lived in Atlanta for a while, and I had like a bit of a Southern drawl because you're just around people that have it. You know what I mean? So Sam Hyde recommends not watching. Yeah, I know. I know. That's like I call that media fasting. Right now I'm like off of it because I'm kind of in the middle. I kind of already have this voicing for this new album thing I'm doing. So I don't really need but I'm listening to rock. I'm listening to like rock right now, which is different. But I haven't even listened to music. I'm going to be honest, I haven't listened to any music the last time I listened to music, besides like this week, before that, I listened to Blady's Ice Dancer, and that was like 3 months ago. And before that, I couldn't even tell you. It's probably like no joke. Actually, listening to music, I probably have not done in probably since Travis Scott's his last album came out, whatever the fuck that was called. I listened to that in full one time, and then before that, I don't even know. Gargoyle Boys, that's right. I hate country. I'm sorry, man. Well, it's an example. You don't have to listen to country. It's an example, but that's the whole point, right? I mean, that's the whole point is listening to things you don't like, or you're just gonna sound like Daniel Caesar forever, and it won't happen for you. The reason Daniel Caesar became Daniel Caesar is because Daniel Caesar sounds like Daniel Caesar, right? So what you need to do is you need to develop your own voice, which is going to be your own voice originally is going to be an amalgamation of things you've listened to your entire life. So you're going to sound like Daniel Caesar because I just know. I can tell. I just know. Like the fact that I was able to tell you without you even saying anything that you liked Daniel Caesar, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a reason for that, right? Like, because here's the deal. I'm giving you advice to become great, right? Not to be, you can do whatever you want, but if you want to actually do it, you know, you could do whatever you want. But if you want to actually do it and like be an actual songwriter and all that other stuff, then you should really take what I'm saying and implement it. You know what I mean? Because if it's like, oh man, I wanna be a songwriter and I want to, because that's what R&B singers are, right? Because stylistically R&B is very stagnant. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, what has to separate you as an R&B artist is your songwriting. Daniel Caesar has very interesting songwriting. It was very different when it came out. That's what separated him, more so than his voice, because R&B it's a genre, and it's a genre that is, the music is not really, it's musically is not the genre. The genre is based upon individuals and their perspectives. Neo has a different perspective than Daniel Caesar, and that is going to be highlighted by your songwriting. So in order to have interesting songwriting, you're going to need to listen to things that are interesting. Like, if you can't start listening to whatever, country or punk or something that is going to, you know, come out and make you have an individual voice, you know, if you can't do that, then that's that shows how much you actually want it. You know what I mean? How do you keep the energy to work on your creative projects when working a 9 to 5 weekday job? I usually want to veg out those nights unless I get a burst of energy. You just got to push through it. It's kind of shitty. That's hard. That's really hard. Also sympathize with the 95% thing. It's so easy to create something you like, but documenting the work and advertising, it's hard. Yeah, I'm not even talking. Those are, you're kind of conflating my example with what I was saying, but yeah, I'm saying that getting the reason I was answering that question was because somebody was asking about population control with AI, and I was saying that AI, much like Sam Hyde explains a lot of times, is it's not at that 100% level yet. And I was using an example of me writing an album and how getting the last 5% of an album is marketing it, and that's where I come up short. And I was using that to equate it to AI and that last 5% of AI. Do you think experience makes a good songwriter or practice? I mean both. if you have experiences to draw from, it makes your songwriting easier. But if you will naturally be a better songwriter naturally if you have a lot of cool shit happen to you, if you've done a lot of stuff or whatever. But you have to also write thousands of songs to be even good, you know? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, got you. No, yeah, but I mean, that's, if you're working a 9 to 5 or like you said, 8 to 5, and then you have to try to do creative things, that's really difficult. Like when I was doing the teaching stuff, and especially last like spring, or I'm sorry, last fall, like last year in 2024, and I was like doing the Patreon and I was teaching, it was like so hard to make it work and to make it happen. Like it was almost impossible. Like it was so difficult to get things to post, and it was so hard. I don't even know how I did it. I really don't. Yeah, and that's the other thing, Augustine. It's like you just have to do it. Eric is absolutely right. Eric says the main burden to becoming an artist is outlasting the competition. It's all about who can last the longest. Yeah, that's 100% right. And Eric actually makes really good art. He's not just like a guy. Eric actually makes legitimate films on actual film, and he's done cool shit. So you should listen to people like him. But yeah, like a lot of it is just outlasting people. Everybody gets these hot streaks where they get really excited, and then they release half of a song one time, and they think that they're going to be a mega pop star. Like what you have to be realistically expecting is no attention for 10 years. And to just really like, you have a really long road ahead of you, but if you really love it, it won't be a long road. Like this, for me, people have been here in this chat. There are people that are watching this that have been following me for literally years and years and years. And what this looks like now compared to what it looked like even a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago is insane. And what it's going to look like in 5-6 years is going to be even crazier, right? But it's because I just am not quitting. And a lot of people fully expected me to quit. A lot of people are sort of even banking on me quitting, but it's just never going to happen. But also, you just have to show up every day. You have to be writing every day. You have to do the media fasts and all those other things in order for it to happen. And you have to be fully well equipped and well adjusted and ready to do it for 10 years and get no attention. And you have to be okay with it. And you have to love it enough to just not give a fuck, you know? So that's just the reality of it. You know what I mean? I've tried explaining that to people in my life, and it just seems to fall on deaf ears. Yeah, because it falls on deaf ears because, like, those people, you know, it's always funny, the people who, like, who've never done it or whatever, or don't know what it's like, they're the ones who are, like, the ones who don't want to listen, and they're going to be the ones that are always, you know, there's always these people who they like... they tree climb to the next thing, or what is that called? Like they're like a monkey, and like they see the next shiny thing and they just jump to the next branch, right? There's a lot of artists, some of which I've even worked with, who do that, and they like the next big idea, and they just like jump over to this other thing, and it's like they just do that forever, and then 15 years pass and they've not gone anywhere. They've just spun their wheels super fast, you know, without growing their audience or growing anything. It's so crazy. This is so cool looking. Hell yeah, dude. Finally. I'm so glad. When you make it, you don't make it. My friend's film just played at Sundance and won some awards at the Sundance. She told me she's the most broke she's ever been and will be for a long time. Yeah. That's how this feels. That's how this feels sometimes. Augustine said, huge growth. Proud of you, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah, and I'm proud of you for asking, and good luck. Like, truly. I know I kind of might have sounded like I was giving some I was being harsh or whatever. I'm not. I'm trying to just tell you the reality of, like, what it takes. And it's hard, dude. It's fucking super hard. I'm doing music too, and it's you know, A lot. And the thing with music, this is the difference with music. People are really mean with music. You're going to get a lot of people who are really fucking mean to you, and you just have to know that they're losers and they literally don't know anything. They're fucking morons. You know, people, when it comes to music, people are really fucking mean. And it's because there's a certain honesty with music where people they don't even know they're jealous, but they get jealous that you're willing to express yourself in that way. Gotta head out. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, you got it, dude. You got to have a good one. Have you heard of Adam N. Killa? I have. What's your thoughts on his route to success in music he's going through? I don't really know much about his musical route, but I've heard the name. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Number one tip to artists is don't talk about your ideas. You'll waste all the dopamine on talking about them. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, you'll start to like recycle the idea like by talking about it so much that what ends up happening is like nobody, like you get tired of it yourself. You know, like I have a tendency to do that when I write a new song. Every single time when I record a new song, I'm all, this is the best song I've ever recorded. And I'll listen to it like 50 fucking times. And then I end up hating it by the time it's time to release it. How long have I been live for? Almost 3 hours. Really fucking with the VHS cam adds to the feel of the stream. Hell yeah. I'm glad. Yeah, Eric's right, dude. Eric made such a sick short film. Been trying to DJ for 5 years. It's been a weird struggle. I remember in like 2011 when DJing was like the next big thing and every single person was a fucking DJ. That was so funny, man. Everybody was like, and DJing is funny because like DJs will just copy the latest thing. Like every DJ just copies the latest DJ that's bigger than them. It's very interesting and very funny. I heard somewhere that the light of God or his face is the color red. No. Where'd you hear that? That's like, that's a weird one, man. It's supposed to be like a yellow white. It's like so. When I had my near death experience, it was like it was like yellow white and it was like so bright you like couldn't even see it. Excuse me, sorry. Every super famous person is a DJ on the side, yeah. Yeah, they're all, it's so funny. Well, like, apparently, like, making a playlist now is like being a DJ. Like, I'm DJing tonight. It's like they fucking put, yeah. You've been trying, so you're doing, like, weddings and stuff. You've been trying to make money on it? I'm not sure. I like red lights, though. I do not like blue lights. Maybe I'm projecting. Yeah, you're projecting, bro. I've never even heard that. I've heard at least whispers of like everything. Not everything, obviously, you know, but most things esoteric and most things. And I've never heard the face of God is red. That's like a really weird. Oh, wait, it's the Art for God's Country, the Kanye album that never came out or was turned into Donda 2. Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen that. Let me see. I haven't seen the cover for that. God, you said it's called God's Country. Oh, that. Yeah. You're talking about this right here. It's like a, yeah. Some of them are blue. I get you. Yeah, that's it. That's interesting. The face of God is a rainbow. I think the face of God is actually a goat's head, and I think it's half human, half goat's head, actually. That's what I believe. Because actually, did you know actually Lucifer's actually the good guy? There was a guy in my comment section recently who, here's what I do. If you say something really crazy, like I just restrict you. It's like I just go to your account, hit restricted, and then you can just have a field day, and no one can ever read your comments. And it's funny because I have no joke. I have probably about 30 people who comment on every single thing I do, every single thing I post, and they're restricted. And no one can read anything they say ever except for them. And they always type paragraphs of just the craziest shit I've never even, and it's so, I will never in my life, and I'm not even just saying this because it's me, I will never understand hate following somebody. I'll never understand it. And they go sicko mode, they go red mode, they go like this, and then they just fucking they type the craziest stuff. But this guy was like, did you actually know that Satan's actually the good guy and that all the Christians are stupid? Did you know that actually? Did you actually know that Satan's actually the good guy, you fucking idiots? And he was going so crazy. He was going insane. He was out of his fucking mind. And I just blocked him. I didn't even block him. I just restricted him. And I watched him respond to every single person in this thread about how stupid they probably were for you know, and the video wasn't even about Jesus. It was just like this guy like, Lucifer's actually, it's like, if you believe that, right? Let's say you believe that. And let's say in some crazy reality, you're right. Right? You are such a horrible face for this fact because of how much of a fucking asshole you are. It's like so fucking crazy. Sadly, your content is guaranteed to attract weirdos, myself included, but a different kind of weirdo. Yeah, it's sometimes it's like way too much. Sometimes it's like really exhausting. I had somebody who was doing that, so I had to restrict them. It was the guy who told me he can sing 7 octaves. He's like, but he's homeless, you know? Apparently he's a homeless savant, you know? And he has these like deranged ideologies on, you know, just everything is backwards and he's the only one who's ever figured it out. You know what's a very interesting thing with some, like this is a constant thing I'm seeing. There's a type of like homeless person and they're not really homeless. They're like pseudo homeless. And they're always like financially disenfranchised and they're always like the chosen one. Like they always believe themselves to be smarter than everybody. They have everything figured out. They're also a savant. But life just so happens to be so cruel and evil to them. This is a type of person, and I've seen I happen to like attract those people all the time, and it is never their fault. It's always everybody else's fault that they're pseudo homeless, you know, and that they're the types that call themselves real musicians, right? Those people are the worst people on the planet, right? And I always get one of them. And this dude has been not messaging me, but yeah, trying to message me because he's been restricted for months. And then he finally went to Facebook and started messaging me on Facebook and was like, don't block me. Hear me out. And he sends me walls of text about how, like, you know, they're a real musician and everyone else is a fake musician and they have it all figured out and nobody else but them has ever figured it out, and how it's always the same thing, dude. At least 50% of homeless people could be CEOs and doctors if they tried. No. Yeah. Yeah. You're being sarcastic. Good. That's like half of the dudes in Venice Beach. It's literally the entire population of Venice Beach. It's always so funny too, because this is what happens too, is if you ask them to extrapolate on an idea or to even compromise on an idea, they can't do it. I remember, because this is what happened, is like when I first started like blowing up, I messaged this guy back for a while because I was like, oh, I should try to like talk to him and see. And I would like give him advice on just like how to like not be homeless or whatever. Not even not be homeless. How about you just try to have an open mind? And it was like, no. I know. That's why my life is hard, because I know. It's like, okay. Yeah, self-fulfilling prophecy of this cycle. The richest guy I ever met was at his house. It was a giant mansion. He talked to me like a homeless person in the corner, just rambling nothing. I learned he almost became the governor of Utah. It's the bell curve genius, and idiots are on the exact same plane. It's just the midwits in the middle that are different. Yeah. No, literally. It's like, you have to be like, this is the bell curve. You have to be like on the genius end, but not too far, because, yeah, I don't know. The hubris of like a true midwit. The hubris of a true actual midwit is always not even a midwit, below, like someone with like an 84 IQ. Holy fuck, man. Holy fuck. Those are the most dangerous people on the planet. You know, those are and it's always hard to like talk about this, because people who think they're not midwits usually are midwits, right? So, you know, but it's always, there's just one person that's just like specifically coming to my mind who we still believe in the bell curve in 2025. Crazy. Yeah. My IQ is 94. Mm-hmm. Hubris of a true midwit is a great title for a video. Yeah. Someone with an IQ of that's so funny. My IQ is 94, and then saying bell curves are stupid. No, I'm saying my IQ is 94 to be funny. Right. You're fucking so predictable. My IQ is 150. Online test. Mm-hmm. Right. My manager at my current job is a literal Redditor. I can't tell if he's a midwit or just a nerd. He's both. The craziest thing is, like, I remember when I was like 18, I thought everybody on Reddit was so smart. And then you realize, like, oh, they're like the dumbest people on the planet. Yeah, most nerds are midwits. Most nerds are below midwits. You know? It's funny, man. I took an IQ test in college, and I was like, I think I was like 134. I was like in the 130s, which is smart, but it's like not genius. I don't even think, I jokingly call myself a genius. I think he's a perpetual college student. Went to school for art degree and doesn't even draw on his free time. Dude's 50. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Reddit has conducted a study and found almost 80% of the comments and conversations are driven by AI. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, nah, the midwit fucking shit is funny, bro. It's like there's like a thing too where like I've seen people who carefully curate themselves like they will carefully create their whatever it is, right? Themselves. They carefully curate themselves, and they do it in this way that projects this like really smart put together thing, this like costume, right? This posturing. And then when it comes time to do something that like backs up this act that they've created, they can't do it. So like, you know, it's kind of like, let's just say like you have a guitar, like someone who plays guitar in the studio perfectly to a click, and then they like record the perfect solo. But then it's like, oh, you got to do that live now. Like, do that in front of people and do it live. And they're like, oh, and they can't do it, right? Like, it's funny. Like, this is like, I used to like do, I used to do these things with these people and like these like these projects and all this stuff. And like, one of them, like, they'd have to have a script. Like, they couldn't do any free balling, any sort of live streaming was like, no. And it was like, oh, you're faking the funk, dude. That's crazy. Never take advice from someone older to 50 and aren't doing better than you. Yeah, family advice is the most dangerous thing. Nothing worse. Yeah, that's funny. No, improv is crazy work. So here's the deal. Like, imagine if I'm touting all this stuff that I'm saying right now, right? Imagine I'm saying everything I'm saying, you know, like blah, 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 blah. But I couldn't do this live. Like, imagine if I needed a script and I would have to, like, let's say we're filming something like this. And I was like, no, I have to, like, it's like, oh, you're like not anything that you project. It was like really crazy. So-called free thinkers. And then they're fully convinced that they are and that everyone else is an idiot. It's like the fucking most, this is like partially why I'm like a fucking hermit. Like, it's like this weird, you know, and then people, one of the craziest things is people think I'm an idiot. Like, people meet me and then they think that I'm like a fucking idiot because in real life, I really don't tell people what I think. I'm really observant and I just watch. And I just let people run, dude. I let them go. So like, they'll be telling me a story that they've told me 5 times. And I'll act like I've never heard it, and I'm listening for all of the things that are different and all of the things that don't make sense and don't add up. And then I'm listening to people. My favorite is like when people will tell me a story that they've told me before, and then they forget they told me the story, and then they'll tell me the same story in front of somebody, and key things about the story are different. Because like, here's the deal, right? Like, what I do, this is entertainment. This is entertainment. There are things I say that might be embellished. There are things, I never make things up, but there are things like, oh yeah, that's an exaggeration. That's an embellishment. That's just a part of storytelling and being entertaining, right? But I never just make things up. I never just fabricate things, right? I've like caught people who do this, and it's very interesting when they forget a story, they tell the same story, and then someone is with them that was there when the story happened, and then they have to stick to the version of the real story, and they tell you the version that they have to tell you in front of this other person. So they basically are lying to everybody all the time. And then you're like, oh, this is you. There's a person that did this to me, like, and it was just so interesting, like watching how the friendship unfolded. And it was always this like game. It was like always this game of like, okay. And then like, it was fucking crazy as fuck. It was so crazy, dude. And then just letting them run amok. Like, yeah, okay. All right. I see you. Okay. Oh, shit. I tried to call Bless Me Izzy for I've sinned. Last week I physically assaulted a person. Holy shit. Yeah, guys, if you call in and you leave a voicemail, I'll address everything that you guys say on Izzy's World, or not, I'm sorry, on the Couch Philosopher. Lies on lies on lies. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's real crazy work. Like, it was real crazy work, especially like, I don't know, man. People are so, it's such a, yeah. And then like, you know, this person like thought, you know, I had this person figured out within probably the first time I met them, I had them pretty much figured out. And not that they're a bad person or anything, just like I figured it out. Like I figured them out. And then I just hung out with them a handful more times, and it was just like always the same thing. Stories are always changing. Situations are always changed. It's always this big smoke and mirrors show of like, none of it's real. It's literally the Wizard of Oz, dude. This is what it's like. It's like if you met the Wizard of Oz, right? You met the Wizard of Oz. And then the Wizard of Oz is still trying to tell you, like, no, but I am the wizard, though. Like, no, I am the wizard. And you're like, okay, dude, yeah, you are the wizard. And you just feel like you hype him up because it becomes fun. It becomes like almost like sadomasochistic, where you're like, yeah, you are the wizard. And they're like, I am the wizard, right? And you're like, and then, and then they're like, and then they think that they've convinced you that they're the wizard. And so you're like, you are the wizard. I know you are the wizard. You are the wizard. And it's like, oh my God, it was such a fun. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, man, that was fucking crazy, huh? So funny, baby. So funny, baby. So funny, baby. Funny, baby. Funny, baby. Yeah, man. People crack me up. People crack me up. I've learned a new kind of posturing from this person. And it's like, if somebody ever has to prove something to you when you're working with them by showing you concrete things within the thing itself. So like, let's say I'm trying to help somebody, you know, let's say I'm like trying to help them with like a, I don't know. I don't really know a good analogy, but like let's say I'm trying to help somebody do this, like set up a live stream, right? And I'm trying to, and we're in the middle of it, right? To the point where if I'm helping this person already probably trusts me because they've seen this live stream and they're like, oh, you know what to do, right? And if in the middle of this situation, I show them like, oh, here is like my tax return of how much I got paid from people helping me with the live streams. And here's a list of people I've helped. If someone does that to you, be wary of them, because that means that that's them proving themselves to prove to you that they're, when they do that, they're reading you to see how how honest, like how honest that you think they are, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was because it's like, especially now where I'm at is like I'm working with, and it's not even like working with people, just like I'm just talking in general. Like when someone's the real fucking deal, they don't have to like, they don't even want you to know what they know. You know what I'm saying? Like I've just like learned so much on this journey of uh of this whole thing. It's been so fun, man. And the characters you meet is like part of the fun. It's such a fun part of it because, you know, you really do meet a lot of mentally ill psychopaths on this journey of like whatever it is. I don't even know what it is, you know? You know, you meet a lot of people who they just now I'm just like entertaining myself of like I wonder if these people they get it, you know what I mean? So fucking funny, dude. So funny. So funny. And then here's the fun, here's like the most fun part about that part is when you notice them start to notice, right? Like this person started noticing that I was noticing like that they weren't the Wizard of Oz. And it wasn't even that, like I've always known that they weren't the Wizard of Oz, but they started noticing me like visibly be like, oh, I don't really, you know, doing like a, you're the wizard? Really? Are you really the wizard? Oh, okay. Crazy. Because last week, yeah, you told me that already last week, but you were saying you were the Wizard of Is, actually. Oh, you were talking about something else. Okay. That was a different thing you were talking about. Got it. Okay. So I was wrong. Okay. Cool. Got it. Okay, cool. I'm glad that I was wrong. Okay, I'm just making sure because I thought I noticed something, but I was like, I'm not gonna say anything, you know? Oh man, these motherfuckers are so funny. You love it, you gotta love it, you gotta love it. Love it. Funny, dude. So fucking funny. Yeah. But you know what, guys? I think our time's coming to a close. We got 3 hours. You got a 3-hour stream. Pretty good. This is pretty fun. You know what? Maybe we'll do another like 20 minutes or so. I'm gonna use the restroom really quick. I'm not gonna turn on the interstitial. Actually, yeah, I am. I am gonna turn on the interstitial. I don't want to hurt anybody's eyes. No, we're gonna keep streaming, dude. Fuck it. All right. Enough of that. Oh, my thing is rewinding. My thing is stop rewinding. You know what was like one of the coolest things about using the VHS again? Is like when you're a kid and you'd watch VHS, you'd have to rewind the film. So you'd have to hit stop, rewind, and then it rewinds faster. I remember like having to do that with this thing for the first time, and you're like, "Oh, dude, I used to have to do that as a kid." It's such a cool thing that you forget. You forget about all the little things that you gotta do, and I don't know. Izzy's MK Ultraing us? Nah, not never. Or the tape explodes and you want to cry. Yeah, I used to be so hyped when I would get the Nickelodeon tapes and they were orange. They're so cool. All right, let's. I gotta hit record on the camera. Just I'll be 2 seconds. These live streams are fun, man. These live streams are super fun. I love doing these. Need a hitting record interlude. Yeah, I have them being made. I have them all being made right now. Yep, there we are. Where do I go? I go this way. There we go. Yeah, they're being made right now. A lot of stuff. Ooh, my little date thing. I accidentally hit a button. See? Look, the date's there. That's funny. That's funny. Got to put the date in. You know what I don't like, though? I don't like when people record on VHS and then they put a fake date. It's like, no, put the real date. I don't know. I'm doing this music video right now, and I recorded it on the VHS. And it's funny how much depth the VHS made. It adds so much character to it. And it's like, this is so cool. Like, this is so awesome. And it's like, I want to record everything. Eric is here. I messaged you. I don't know if you saw it, and I don't know if you said that you saw it, but I'm wondering, what if we fucking filmed like a super esoteric music video in like a massive crazy green field in Utah, and like did it kind of like Midsummer. And do like something weird as hell. Film it on like 35 millimeter and do like, make it worthwhile. Make it like a short, like do it for like 3 songs or something. I think it would be so cool, dude. It'd be so fucking awesome. There's this, you know who Turnstile is, right? Turnstile has this music video. And it's 2 music videos. One of them is for a song called Birds. And it's them in this field, this green field. And they have this like, let me show you. Let me show you here. There's something to this. You're going to know what I'm talking about. There is something to this sort of colorway. I hate that phrasing, colorway. But there's something to this, okay? There's something to this that makes it look kind of midsummery, kind of... hang on, and I'm pulling it up right now, so that's why it's being the way it is. And it's something... Not that. Let me see. You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean with this? Look. You see what I mean? There's something with those colors in particular. When it's shot with film the way that this is, that makes it look like a 1970s cult type of thing. I would love to do something like this. Okay? And I don't know what. You can write it. Write whatever you want. Obviously not whatever you want. It has to be nothing sneaky. You can't sneak anything. No fucking devil shit. Okay? Like, no devil shit in the way that is like trying to trick the audience. No subversive, you know? But I think that would be so cool because, okay, so this album I'm doing, so the first video is on VHS, and the whole concept of it is the gargoyle, right? So I've been sober for going on 3 years, okay? I'm extremely honest with my, you know, the way that I feel about sobriety, and I have days where I'm never going to relapse. I can't. I made a covenant with God, literally. I literally spoke to Jesus and made a covenant with him, with this guy right here. And there are some days, dude, where I'm like, I want to go buy a fucking Michelob Ultra Tall can, shotgun it, go pick up an 8-ball, and just ruin it all. And the gargoyle is like the Kurama inside of me, right? Like the Naruto Kurama in the cage, who's like, just let me out of the cage for just a day. I'll go back in. I promise. Right? And here's the thing. Here's the deal. Kurama in Naruto is literally a fox. When I've been filming this music video, dude, twice, a fox has ran up to me and literally said hi to me, dude. Literally walks up, has came out of the fields. Wait, where's my camera? What's going on? Has came out of the fields that I've been filming in and said fucking hi to me. Did my camera just mess up? Oh shit, I think the camera, something's going on with the VHS. Hang on a sec. Sorry, bros. Sorry, chat, I didn't hit record. Oh, no. Don't worry, though. Don't worry, though. But wouldn't that be so sick, dude? Maybe we could get like a fox. Maybe we could maybe that there's like a local like zoo, and we could get like a little fox and have like the fox somehow do that filming. You know how they do the filming, how they did for The Hobbit, and like make me really small, make me a little gnome, and then have this big fox in this cage and like have me like, look, and I'm not gonna let you out, dude. I swear, please, please, no, please. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. Gargoyles are cool. My first feature-length film, I was going to do a remake of Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's awesome. So you know a fox guy. This is perfect, bro. Let's do it. This would be so fun. You guys are watching history, dude. Cats or dogs? Man, I wish I could do polls. I think that I feel like my fans are dog people. I feel like I'm a dog. I feel like I'm a dirty dog, brother. But yeah, I think this would be so cool. This would be so fun, man. It'd be such a sick idea. My friend just did a feature with a rabbit, and it was a nightmare. Sounds awful, dude. He's all scared and pissing the whole time. Yeah. I think, yeah. You know what animal I think I am? You know what animal I think I am? I think I'm a raccoon. Don't I just have raccoon energy? Look at me right now. You're telling me I'm not a freaking... I almost said just the second half because it's... You're telling me I'm not a motherfucker. Yeah, sick, man. Hit me up on Instagram, dude. Yeah, I feel like I have raccoon energy. I feel like I just have big raccoon energy, just always like looking for my next fucking scrap. I just want a little. Come on, dude. That's such a raccoon energy. I just come on the Patreon, dude. $5. Raccoons love shiny shit. We used to hunt them and trap them by putting something shiny in a box, and they won't let go of it. No joke. They'll die before letting something go that is shiny. A scrap dog. That's so funny. Sly Cooper. Yeah, I feel like I just have raccoon energy. I'm just being honest. Imagine if I was like, I'm a lion. I'm a lion. I'm a lion, and there's guys like me. The lion guys. Oh, yeah, I actually got this tiger tattooed on me because when I was a kid, I used to think that, you know, that's funny, man. I'm definitely a freaking raccooner, dude. It's so hard not to say the second half as like just to be cool. Like, man, I'm just a fucking, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, yeah. I'm always weird. You know what? That's actually a great question to ask somebody the first time you meet them. What's your favorite animal? Or no, not even what's your favorite animal. What kind of animal do you think you are? I think because here's the deal. Someone who is a lion is not going to say they're a lion. Someone who, let me think. A true, that was so autistic of me. Let me think. Let me think here. like someone who's a lion is going to, there's a regalness to it, right? Like, I don't know. To have the heart of a lion. The heart of a lion is someone who's honest. So they're going to honestly say what they think. Right? Those that are of lion energy are going to be told they're a lion. They're not going to be a lion. Those who say they're a lion are likely hyenas. Because they need to be aggrandized by others. Says, yeah, you are a lion, right? That's like a bunch of hyenas. Yeah, we are a lion. Look at us. Like all together, like all 7 of us are like a one lion. You know what I mean? You know what's funny, Joe? My little brother said, I am a hyena. I've been one forever. You know what's funny? On the book I wrote, I wrote a book. It's called Greet Me with Cries of Hate. The cover is a lion. It is a hyena. That's what that is, Joe. I'm a bird, free. No, you're Mothman. Well, I guess you're not Mothman. That's your nickname. Yeah, what kind of bird are you? Look at the camera called an Ikigami. I have an extra one I can send you to keep. No joke. They're rare, but I have many of them. Wow, sick, dude. Okay, cool. I'm going to look this up. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, Eric, you can be my like, oh, this is so cool. Holy shit. Yeah, dude. Fucking, you have an extra one of these? Holy crap. Okay. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, Eric, you can be the fucking camera guy for the fucking production company. That's what Ystar is. My brother says, what do you think? What do I think you are, Joe? Man, that's hard for you, Jojo. I think you are, I got to think about it. Because you are my brother is very strong. He's very intelligent. But my brother doesn't need compliments. He's not like me. I need a lot of praise. I need praise. I need attention. You know, I'm a raccoon. I'm like, come on, man, give me a little fucking, just a nibble, right? I was like just a fucking insanely, look at the way I drink LaCroix. Like, I'm a fucking raccoon, bro. I'm a raccoon, right? And I think I can be a bear, too. I think in the right circumstances, I can bolster myself up to be a bear. But my brother, man, you're like a fucking, what are you, dude? That's hard. You're like I have to really think, because I want to give you the right answer, right? I don't want to say you're something you're not. I have to see. Because also, like, I know we have the hawk thing in our family, right? But hawks are more like birds are, they're sharp. They're precise. They're never wrong. That's the thing with birds. People are always like, birds are free. Birds are flying. They're free. No, they're not, dude. They're like anal retentive psychopaths. Birds are, I'm free as a bird. Dude, birds are like, it's winter. We got to fly south. Like, what are you talking about? They're not free. Birds are so neurotic that they are victims of their own neuroses. Birds have honing missiles in their body. They literally have compasses in their brain that flies them where they want to go. Birds are not free. Birds are, you know what I mean? What makes them free? That they can fly wherever they want? They fly where they want based upon, you know what I mean? My brother says I'm a toad. Jiraiya. I think I'm a couple of things. I think the raccoon is a joke. I don't really think I'm a raccoon. I'm a lion. No. I can see the toad thing. I can see the Jiraiya. I can see it. I can really see it. Yeah. But I also think it's weird when people say, "Oh, that's what you are, Joe. You're like a legit tiger. You're like a tiger, dude. You're like a tiger, bro. You're a tiger. For sure. You're a tiger. 'Cause you're powerful, but tigers they have a different vibe than a lion. Tigers are more like, because lions are like, I'm the king of the jungle. Boo, everybody look at me. There's some singing toucans over for me because I'm the king. Look at my big shiny mane. You're more of a tiger. Like, I don't give a fuck if I'm the king, bro. This shit is fucking gay. Tigers are like scuffed lions. You know what I mean? RCC, right? Yeah, you did go to RCC. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I say bird because I've lived in 5 different states. I've moved around after leaving the nest. Cool. I see it. I see it. I'm kind of joking about the bird thing. I'm being funny. This is a fucking comedy show. You know what I mean? Friendship Simulator W. That's right, baby. Wilk. I'm literally El Tigre from Nickelodeon. That was my favorite show. That's funny. That's funny. Dude, I'm loving how, like, this chat is becoming this thing where it's not just people chatting to me. People are, like, actually making friends in here. That's fucking super cool, dude. Eric really does bring a really cool vibe and a really cool energy to this discussion, you know? Because people are, like, branching off on their own. That's fucking cool. How do I call in? So we're not doing call-ins for the rest of the night. Had some equipment issues. But usually you get the number from the Patreon, and you can call in that way. We're going to be doing call-ins next week. Next week. Maybe even this weekend, but it's probably going to be looking like next week. Yeah, Joe, tiger, though, dude. Or like a... Yeah. I always think it's funny, like, I don't know. Yeah, you can really tell a lot about somebody depending on which animal they choose for themselves. You know? I'm a boa constrictor. I'm a rat. Somebody's like, rat. I'm a rat. You know? Thanks for the schedule. You look like you think sexual thoughts about your mother. No, I think about your mother. I think about your mother. That's funny. That's funny that you say that, and then you want to talk to me. Hey, what's the number so I can call and talk to you? Also, you look like you look like a weird sex guy. I want to speak to you. That's funny. That's super funny. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope you call in. Actually, I'll give you my address. You can come over sometime. We can talk about it we can talk about it IRL. You know? We can talk about it IRL, dude. He probably got mad that he's probably jealous, or he's probably mad. He's probably mad. He's mad. His last name's literally Copeland. He's literally just coping. Fucking nuked, bro. You can go and pay me $5 and get the number. You can go pay me and then you can call. Tiger King, Liver King, Burger King. I wonder what cryptid, everybody in chat, what cryptid do you think you are? That's possibly even a better one. What cryptid do you think you are? I feel like people's egos will go crazy with the cryptid one. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm definitely a fucking skinwalker from Skinwalker Ranch. I think I'm Mothman, bro. Mothman's fire, dude. Mothman is fucking fire as hell, dude. Maybe Hoogag? What is Hoogag? The fuck is Hoogag? I've never even heard of that. Oh, whoa, that's weird. It's almost like a moose. Hoogag is like a fearsome moose. That's interesting. Interesting. I've never even heard of that, dude. I'm curious to see what this chat thinks about cryptids in general. If Bigfoot is interdimensional or if it's like an actual ape being. Ryan Loki had a point. You def think about it? Nah, bruh. Cryptids go deep. Yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. No, I just don't really fuck with people who have like no. It's just weird. Like you're just like you're coming at me for no reason, being weird. It's like not. I don't know. It's just like bizarre. I deal with like enough fucking. I deal with enough people being fucking weird to me in comment sections. I don't need people to do it like here too. You know. Wasn't the most famous video on Bigfoot supposedly fake? Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was fake. Somebody just like last week, like super, they like did the, they did like a stabilization of it, and they stabilized it again. And I'm pretty sure that the guy who did it, like the guy who faked it, said that he was like trying to get money for his like cancer treatment or something. What's the Nessie personality? I don't know. Nessie's personality is probably like a Nessie person is like someone who low-key used to be fat and now they're skinny. They used to be fat and like they're like kind of low-key, kind of like a low-key person. Yo, what up, Kyle? We got tall Kyle here. Hell yeah, that's sick. It's crazy to moderate a chat with 30 people. Can't imagine what it'll be like when you have 3,000 viewers. Super annoying. Yeah, I'll have to have mods then. I'll have to definitely have mods. But I mean, I think there's definitely more than 30 people watching. I mean, every time I end the stream, there's no way there's only 30. They fucking lie about that shit. Nessie is the lesbian archetype. I was going to say that. Nessie is like someone who's like they like want to be a stud, but they're like kind of chubby, you know? Is Peyton Talbot winning tomorrow? I think so, probably. Nessie is the name of a lesbian bar. That's so funny, dude. I've actually never had a cryptid encounter. I've never had a cryptid encounter. Which is kind of not true. Sort of. My brother's in the chat, but like our mom fucking saw like a legit, our family saw like a chupacabra or something. Something with red eyes outside, and it like perched up on a fence and was like 9 feet tall. Dude, your bisexual video on the music industry was beyond on point. Thank you. Yeah, that's I think that's why people are coming into the chat angry. Cuz they're like, "Oh, dude, he's got to be I'm mad because I'm mad because he fucking he talked about something and I don't understand it." Are you familiar with the giant dog-headed St. Christopher? Yeah, I've talked about that. Yeah, I talked about that. My dad said Dad said he saw like a spirit dragon outside one time. Like on the fucking fence, like on the fucking wires over the house. Dude, it's so funny how close we lived to underneath telephone wires. That's always like a fucking dangerous fucking thing, dude. It's so funny. Dragon pilled, yeah. Oh yeah. Dragon pilled, bro. I'm fucking DP'd, bro. Hit that dragon, hit that. I'll be Theo Vaughn. Hit that dragon hitter. That's a crustacean on a sandwich. I saw Dogman. It was terrible, and everyone was sure I was high. And it was just... So is Dogman scary? Is that what it is? No, that coiled snake chakra energy going back to alchemical transferring man to God. So good. Yeah, that's what it is, brother. That's what those people believe. Yeah, dude, I've seen a spirit dragon in the night sky, but I was for sure tripping. Yeah, no, my dad literally saw one on the roof. I'm a dragon just like a T-Rex. Yeah, you just go like this around town. Apparently, the one common thread between all people that claim to have been abducted by aliens is they were molested as children. Dark but true. It's a fantasy to comprehend what happened. Or that's what they say to discredit them. Yeah. That's a lot of people who are GAY as well. But we're not going to get into that. I was grill outside in a field in rural Kansas, nighttime, super dark. I felt a bunch of fur brush up onto my arm, and I looked towards it and just saw a wall of fur. Whoa. And even if they don't believe it, the ones who control it believe it. Yep. What are your thoughts of Elijah and the followers of Ball's story? It's deep. Yep. I talk about it at the very beginning of Izzy's World, episode 1. How's my gaydar? Pretty good. But also like not, because I've had like I've had like 3 or 4 best friends who were gay and I didn't know. Can I be a mod? Probably not, dude. You kind of play both sides of the fence. You like attention, you know? So maybe. Maybe actually. I don't know. Maybe. I got to see. You're kind of on a roller coaster, dude. You know? You like to play with fire, and then when you get burned you're like, "I'm sorry. But I like you. You're cool." I can't sometimes I can't really tell. Your gaydar is not good. Example, Doug. Yeah, I know it's not at all. I had a best. Yeah, it's not good. But here's the thing. I'll always be friends with gay people who tell me they're not gay, and then I believe them. You know what I mean? Like it's not even that. I just take people as telling the truth, you know? Mormon lore is Bigfoot is Cain and he can't die. Gotta roam the earth forever. That's a good one. Wow, that's good. I think my thoughts about like the gay thing is really good, the way that I put it at the end of the stalker video. When I said, I don't care if you're gay, just don't be an FAG about it, you know? To me. We still bisexual in 2025? What? Being bisexual was such a like trend for a while, and now it's like trans. I wonder what the next one will be. My great grandpa was in Joseph Smith's army. What the fuck, dude? That's so crazy. I believe John actually died and saw the end of the world. It can't be stopped. So he couldn't have seen a vision. No, it was a vision. There's like, when people have their own, when people kind of have their own theories about that kind of stuff, you have to think, dude, the smartest people on the planet, St. Thomas Aquinas, all of those people have discussed that. Everything biblical they've discussed for 2,000 years ad nauseum for their entire lives. So whenever people have like a new, and I'm not just saying you, I'm just saying in general, like whenever people have this like, I actually think that, you know, the burning bush was DMT, it's like, okay. Okay. There's people who've dedicated, there's millions of, maybe not millions, hundreds of thousands of people who've dedicated their entire lives to studying every single thing about every single thing in that book, you know? So new ideas cropping up are just, that's what they are, you know? Fun fact, Joseph Smith, when he was about to die from a mob, called out with the Freemason Hail Mary call, and no one listened to him, and they shot him even though they were a Mason in the mob. That's crazy. What did Dog Man sound like? I'm interesting. I think that maybe is worse than Pastor Bob. I mean, it's crazy because like the Catholics were super right about Protestantism. They were so right about what it turned into. It really is just like everybody thinking that they know. Because like obviously like to me this sounds bad, right? Like no, we have to literally interpret this book for you because you interpret it wrong. You're like, don't tell me how to read. That's how I think of it. And then you see where people take stuff, and then you're like, oh, I get it now. Like, oh shit, yeah. Money is fake and jester bucks are real. Hell yeah, the jester bucks. I think I'm going to do a video on the Joe Rogan crew relating it to the jesters in Freemason. The Royal Order of Jesters. I think I'm going to do a video. I think I'm going to the Royal Order of Jesters. I saw that I saw that somebody got a sticker pack today. Cool, man. Thank you. I'm dropping hats. I'm dropping tees next week. They're going to go super quick. The hats are almost already gone, man. But all right, guys. I'm going to get going. I got to get some rest, man. I've put out almost 7 hours of content this week. I've been editing and working my ass off. It's time for me to go into the weekend and actually to record more tomorrow. We got to get this Michael Jackson, Tory Lanez, Bill Cosby video out tomorrow. We got to record that tomorrow. We got to record the Malachian high priestesses of the music industry. We got a bunch of stuff we got to do. But first, we got to pray real quick. Got to say a quick prayer. All right. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory are yours now and forever. Christ, please be with everybody in the chat. Allow everybody to go out and have a nice weekend. Be safe. If you're going to have a couple beers, keep it to a couple. Don't get too crazy. Drinking's not a sin, but drunkenness is, okay? And allow everybody to continue to grow in truth, grow in knowledge, continue to pursue you and your endearing and ever-loving mercy, your ever-loving love, and the undying light of Jesus Christ. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. God be with all you guys. God bless. We're out of here. It's the weekend. It's the freaking weekend, baby. Amen, guys. Love you guys. Care about you guys. Stay safe. I released a ton of content this week. Go check it out. Couch Philosopher is back.